Opie is here, and his show starts now.
Nice, real nice. And Vic Henley figured it out. That was an Erock pick. I like that song. And I go, Vic, I think I'm going to stump you today.
It took me 3 bad guesses, but Rocky Burnett.
Rocky Burnett towed the line. But then Vic Erock said Donnie Iris at first. And I feel like Donnie Iris might have done that song.
I know Donnie Iris did Aaliyah, but then there was a gap, and then he had another hit, and I thought it was that. But,
right.
That was 70s. Good God, when's that song? 80s, late 70s, early 80s?
That song probably early 80s?
I think it's at 80.
1980, right? Erock goes, this is a great song, you got to play it. And then he played it on his computer. I'm like, you know what, you're not wrong.
No, I didn't mind it at the time. I can't remember. I didn't think it was awesome at the time, but I didn't hate it either. I thought it was all right. They played the shit out of it, so I
never heard that song before.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was his only hit too.
Yeah, totally.
Hey guys, I'm in my 30s.
Brad was,
what's up, everybody?
Brad was not alive.
No idea what we're talking about.
Exactly.
How about you turn on some classic? What station would that be on? I guess a 70s station.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I know some classic rock. Like hell, I'm wearing an AC/DC shirt, but I mean, yeah, I'll do that. But I don't know. Was that disco?
That's Poppy Top 40. That would be Pop Top 40. That'd be Casey Kasem peaking at number 8 for Rocky Burnett.
Yeah, probably not
number 30.
Probably not going all the way to number 1.
No,
I should say obviously Brad Williams is here and Jim Florentine as well.
Here it is.
And I actually haven't seen a couple of you guys in a long time. I haven't seen Brad Williams in a while and Vic
a month, and we were here together last time. Florentine and I.
That was the last show that you did, and Florentine was here when I was kicking that dumb fantasy football trophy.
Yeah. I haven't seen you in over a month.
The same for you? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, since before the holidays.
God, this is just flying by. Then I felt like you've done a show since then.
No, and you're almost in you almost joined ZZ Top with that beard. Getting close. Dude. Another 3 weeks. He's
I was trying to think of the guy from the Oak Ridge Boys name.
No joke with the beard.
William Golden.
Earlier today, I had some time to kill right before I came to the building, so I walked over to the NBC building, and in the lobby of the NBC building, with no one around him, David Letterman.
Wow.
David Letterman was in the NBC building today, and I was just there going to the gift shop just to check it out. Right. And he was there, has the big beard.
Looking like him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean...
Did he get a picture either?
I didn't get a picture. I didn't know how to ask him. But
oh my God, he sees you and he's got to take a picture.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense, right?
Yeah.
How's he going to say no to you?
That's true.
That should be one of the perks.
Yeah, right? It's like, Dave.
Well, what are you saying? Why would he say? Why?
I'm like, Dave, this is my Make-A-Wish. I need this. I'm going to die soon.
I love Florentine to call me out. I'll say it. He's a little person.
Yeah, you got to do it.
I would imagine if a little person walks up to a celebrity and asks for a picture, you're a real scumbag if you say no.
Right. But I understand why you wouldn't, just because he looked like people would look at him and go, hey, that guy kind of looks like David Letterman. Yeah. But they wouldn't actually know it. But if they saw someone take a picture with him, they go, holy shit, that's Letterman.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was in, but I stopped and I said hi to him and we had a brief conversation. I know the comedy club in, Indianapolis, and I mentioned it to him, and that's where, he's from. So we talked a little bit about that, but it was just crazy to see him, and just no one was talking to him.
So he was nice to you. He just went right. You went, hey buddy, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah.
Erock's making a very good point here. You might have blown a Jimmy Fallon surprise or something.
Yeah, why else would he be at NBC?
Yeah, exactly.
I have no idea.
But
he's there.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, David Letterman is going to be on Jimmy Fallon tonight.
Well, I don't know. I have a feeling if he's going to be on the show, he's not waiting in the lobby for an intern to come get him.
Right.
He's not sitting out there like, I forgot my pass. I got to wait for somebody. He might be going through the back door if he's going to be on the show.
I've heard that he's a bit on the lonely side, so he might truly just be wandering around.
I don't think he's lonely.
He's lonely.
I don't think he's the dude that goes to Montana and sits in the middle of nowhere on his favorite vacation is not a lonely guy. I don't think.
He strives for it, but it was just a trip. And I just don't think anyone believed that it was him. Other people were walking through the lobby and they saw him, and I was like, well, I'm going to go say hi to the guy. And we had we had a brief conversation, and then he walked out the doors. he didn't go like up the elevators or anything.
And he's got the big beard still.
Yeah, still got the big beard. So
now it's getting weird. I understood the big beard with Letterman for the first,
6 months.
Yeah, something like that.
The Al Gore grace period.
He has to shave every day unless he's on a vacation, and he's like, you know what? I'm just going to grow this thing out. But now it's been too long, and he still has that long beard. It's creepy.
What's too long? Well, what about you then?
Well, I'm only 3 months in.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's a couple years in, right?
So
he's been off the air for probably a couple years at this point.
Yeah, so you're about 5 months away from being like full Howard Hughes.
Nice.
The fingernails.
Nice.
Walking around with Kleenex boxes on your
distant relative. I got the same last name.
True.
Distant relative.
There it is.
Well, that's my problem though. See, your beard is nice and trimmed and everything.
Yeah.
When I go beard, I have to make it ugly, and then I can't shave it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just keeps growing and growing.
Yeah, well, what?
I barely trim it.
You don't trim. You don't try to keep it high and tight.
And then one day I'll wake up, be completely sick of this shit, and just shave it down to skin.
You don't have. I don't keep up. I don't really know what your personal situation is, but you don't have someone like
you don't know he's gay.
What the fuck?
No, you just said you didn't know your personal stuff. I'm just saying,
I figured forever. I knew, but I didn't want to say nothing. I don't want to out him on the radio, Jim.
Wow, the Florentine. My God.
I love how Florentine's like,
this fucking guy doesn't play.
Hey, man, we can't talk about the midget situation. Right. We can't talk about that, but by the way, Opie sucked cock.
Yeah. Man, he's coming in with the heavy gloves today, this Florentine.
The wife and kids are the real beard in this conversation.
But yeah, because
I don't got the. I mean, people have sent me the beard oils over the years and all that shit,
and you just. You just let it go messy.
I just got to cut the mustache because I started eating it, and then at the end of the day, I've said this: it smells like a wet dog. It's brutal. It's brutal because it just soaks up everything.
Any particular breed?
Oh my God, that's a very good question. Probably I would have to go collie because it reminds me of my old collies when they would come in out of the rain.
Yeah.
So, all right, now I'm going to have to fucking shave this
thing. You got to go shampoo and conditioner in it, too, to keep it.
All that. I have to.
Does your wife like it? Does your wife like it?
She seems to like it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You ever had the beard, Jim?
Yeah, I tried it. It's just a lot of work. I got to keep dyeing it. I get some grays in it. It's a pain.
And you go with keeping it all trim and nice.
I don't let it go that far, and then I get frustrated after 2-3 weeks and just cut it.
What was more trouble with it, when you had the crazy hair or the beard?
The crazy hair was easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I had that down to a science.
I remember Jim's crazy hair day.
I know, I've seen the pictures.
Yeah,
they're amazing.
I loved them.
It was David Coverdale / Sammy Hagar.
It's so good.
Like whatever Bon Jovi did with his hair, then I would do it a month later.
Sure.
I'm like, all right, he must know something. So then I would just cut. Yeah, so that's what I would do.
Fucking Bon Jovi, for God's sake.
I realized many years later that I actually met him.
Really?
Yeah, because of Fast Eddie's out there on Long Island. He used to perform there with the long hair.
Oh,
and then fast forward a whole bunch of years, and he's on my, many different versions of this radio show. Let's just put it that way.
Sure.
And then, learn that he used to have the long hair, and then I'm like, holy fuck, I absolutely met you back in the day. And I didn't even realize it was the same guy. I mean, this goes way back.
Yeah, because Rich Voss or Otto and George or Bob Levy would take me out to this comedy club in Long Island a Wednesday night. I'd open, do 7-10 minutes.
Yeah.
I was only doing comedy a year, 2 years or stuff, so.
Wow. Yeah, see, that never happens to me because as a midget, everyone knows exactly where they were when they met me. Or some version of that.
Right now, David Letterman's talking about it.
He's walking around I swear to God, there was a midget in the lobby of the NBC building. Top 10 midgets you see on the street.
Since you said that, I was thinking when I met you. I don't know if I remember.
No, you met me in Montreal the first time.
That was the first time?
Yeah, that was the first time. And that when
you came on our show?
When I came on the show,
I felt like I knew you before. I knew of you before.
You knew of me because you said that Jay Moore had come in on the show. And
Jay kept saying that.
Oh no, Jay always talked you up. I know that. I remember all that. I didn't realize that was the first time I actually met you.
Yeah, that was the first time. That was when
it.
That was when Anthony said maybe one of the funniest things I've ever heard in radio history, where I started talking about how a lot of midgets don't like me, And then there was a pause, and Anthony just said, "Oh, like an Uncle Tom Thumb." And I'm like, God damn, that's one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life.
Wow.
Kudos.
Oh, man. Off the cuff, man. Off the cuff. That's
good.
That was great.
And then you killed it at Moon Tower. We're thinking of going back this year. That's
I'll
right
go
around
back
the
this
corner
year
already. That's only like 3 months out.
April.
Comedy Festival down there in Austin.
I know. I'm open.
Oh, did you say when or what?
Yeah, when is it? It's March,
when?
isn't
I'm
it?
sorry.
Is it March?
I think it's April.
Yeah,
all right.
It's in April. I'm already signed up this year, so yeah, I'm on the bill. So
are you going
if you guys
down?
come down,
I'll go.
I'm trying to think. I might have just booked that weekend.
I need radio people, so
let's do it.
We should do it.
I love Austin. I love Austin. He was there last year. I was jealous.
Yeah.
You were there because you were there for the festival already.
Right. Yeah.
And I was taking the Driscoll. I was out of town. I was working.
But you were absolutely invited to
I couldn't do it though. And I think I'm working again this year. I don't know.
Oh, really?
But yeah, y'all stayed at the Driscoll.
The haunted place that we talked about yesterday on the show.
Great hotel.
Although I don't believe in ghosts, but then I'm in that hotel and I'm all freaked out in the middle of the night, scared to open my eye because I think, there might be a ghost in my room. Do you believe in ghosts?
I don't know, but my neighbor just told me he's been living on my block for a long time. He just said that some guy blew his head off in my house in like 1975.
No!
Yeah, he just told me that yesterday. He's like, don't worry, the spirits are gone by now. Like 4 or 5 people have lived in your house since then.
Is he obviously an
I
old
love
guy?
how he says it like he knows it. Like, don't worry.
Yeah, he's like, that's 4 or 5.
Spirits are gone by now. How the fuck does he know? You hear these stories about people hanging themselves in a room in the 1700s and they still haunt houses. How does he know? It's like, they're gone.
What are the details of the story?
And I was like, really? I was like, yeah. And I was going to go knock on his door later. Like, which room?
Yeah, of course you got to ask him that.
Yeah.
Specifics. With what weapon? It's like Clue.
Right. You got to know what room.
Specifics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. He just said it was like in the 70s, and he was talking to the woman that, she goes, yeah, I'm a widow. And he's like, oh, really? He's like, yeah. My husband blew his head off in the house.
Suicide?
Like, yeah.
He didn't go murder-suicide.
No, just...
I would definitely go murder-suicide.
You would?
Wow, you thought about this.
Thank you.
He's had some deep. Somewhere in Opie's desk is the manifesto.
There's a
we got the weapon laid out.
Roman
we got we got the goodbye note. It's all there.
I know. I did see him at the post office today dropping off a package. And it said NBC on it.
I think you got to go murder-suicide.
Just to kill one person? Why do you have to go murder-suicide? Because I always thought that's a dick move because it's like, you're just gonna kill yourself. But you're talking about take out someone evil.
Well, now you want to go serious. Of course it's a dick move.
Okay.
I hate the people that do that.
What if it's a murder-suicide pact though? What if the other person's okay with it?
That's
I don't have the ball. You're saying that
that's like romantic shit right there. I can't live without you, and you can't live without me.
Let's do this right now. Yeah. Okay. But I would want her to go first, so I can have another hour to make sure this is the right way to go out.
In the past week, I saw a story where that just happened. I was reading in the news where the kid,
really,
and he couldn't go through. He killed her and then couldn't kill himself, and then went home and lied about it, and then 4 or 5 hours later, actually went to the cops and said, "No, we were supposed to go to this," and took them there and showed them the body.
Wow.
Yeah.
See,
murder-suicide pact gone wrong.
See, a kid though. That's because
they're 20s. It was 20-somethings, I think.
Wow. Because when they're old, you think, okay, yeah, you killed the wife.
I got that one now. Okay, fine.
Yeah, you kill the wife, and then you're like, all right, let me watch 1 hour of TV in peace.
One more murder, she wrote.
Yeah, let me just know what it's like. And maybe during that hour, you're like, you know what? I kind of want to stick around. This ain't bad.
Or maybe you wanted to hit on the neighbor, and you're like, you kill her, and they go, hey, what are you doing later? You know what I mean? All right, she shot me down. All right, now
one more Jeopardy. One more Jeopardy.
Nursing home
without anyone calling out the answers.
Yeah. Right.
Shut up, Cliff Clavin.
One moment to myself.
She enticed me my entire life.
Oh, great.
We had a murder-suicide in our town when I was growing up. creepy shit.
Yeah?
I remember just driving by the house as a kid. Obviously, I'm not driving, but my parents, when they were picking me up, and it just
feels weird.
Absolutely. It was, and then that house stayed empty for a while. They couldn't figure out what to do with it.
We had the Black Widow woman who was killing people in her family.
No.
Oh, they made NBC made a movie about Judith Light played her in the movie, the Marie Hilly story. It was a made for TV from our hometown. Yeah, my brother.
Oh, a sense of pride for the town.
My brother, my middle brother Mike still claims that that's what's wrong with him because he ate some of the arsenic cookies.
Wait, so what does the town take a greater pride for? That story or Vic Henley?
Oh, Marie Hilly, hands down, Marie Hilly for sure.
I love that. So you're like right at. So
I'm not even top 10. No, I'm not even top 10.
That's a hell of a thing to be known for as far as the town goes. There she is, Audrey Marie Hilly.
She got away. She escaped. It's a wonderful story. It was a 2-part. It was like 4 hours.
It's a wonderful story.
It's a great story.
Wow, she poisoned people.
She escaped and remarried a man in New Hampshire, and then while she escaped and got away, she's living up in New Hampshire. She's beat the whole thing. Nobody knows where she is, and then she acts like she has a twin sister that lives down in Texas, and tells the husband, "Oh my God, my twin sister, who she's just faked the whole story, has died. I've got to go down to Texas and clear everything up." Goes down there, and then comes back as switches identities and comes back and No. She goes down there to clear up some family shit.
Yeah.
And then says she died and comes back to New Hampshire as the twin sister. That's what it was. Said, hey,
holy shit.
Yeah, I messed it up at the beginning. But
wait.
So how did the husband not?
She's married to a dude in New Hampshire. She goes, I got to go down to Texas and clear up some family stuff.
This was after she did all her dirty shit.
She's beaten it. Yeah, she escaped.
Her rap.
She's in custody and escapes.
Right.
And she's on the run for 7 or 8 years. Ended up in New Hampshire, married a guy, tells the guy, oh my God, my mom died or something happened. Goes down to Texas to clear up the fake thing. While she's down in Texas, calls the husband back and says, oh my God, your wife has died. I'm her twin sister. She's had a heart attack while she's down here in Texas and has died. And I'll be back in New Hampshire to help clear up her affairs in New Hampshire. Goes back to New Hampshire as her twin sister and convinces the dude that it's a different person and marries him.
No!
Who is this fucking guy?
Yeah, exactly.
I want to know who it is.
It's so
a dead
good.
guy now.
It's so fucking good across the board. But that's what
John Hammond.
Did she ever explain why she did
John
that?
Hammond.
That's how they caught her, is because he finally, everybody in town, he's telling everybody, no, it's really her twin sister, it's not her. And everybody in town's going, you're out of your goddamn mind. This is a psychopath that is just tricking you and you're so stupid. And everybody started the hubbub about
amazing.
and that's what revealed her. And then the FBI got involved, and sure enough, they showed up at her door.
Oh, the shit you could do before Google.
So she changed. So it says in the article, she changed her hair and lost a lot of weight, and then came back as the twin sister.
Yes.
And the husband bought it.
Wow.
I mean, look, think about it. When he gets her in bed, the same moves, the same vagina, the same, crooked nipple or whatever it is, hairy ass. And like, wow, you and your sister got the same. By the way, you and your sister use this fucking teeth too when I get blown?
Jim, who have you been fucking where you're like crooked nipple, hairy ass?
No, whatever.
He's just looking at the photograph.
There's been some skanks, let's just say.
When you put up numbers, there's a few. There's a few bad ones.
Crooked nipple.
Until I started following Bon Jovi's hairstyle, there was some skanks in there.
There's some low-tide clams in there every once in a while.
I mean, I guess that's the shit you could pull off before Google. Like, before you could actually, look into someone's family history. You could flat out just reinvent yourself, and what are they going to do? Go down to your hometown and go, see birth certificates? Like, they're not going to do that.
Is there a documentary on this?
There was a made-for-TV movie.
No, I don't want to see it. I'm not a fan of
but there's not a documentary. There's a book. The lady from a girl from our hometown paper, she wrote a book about it, and then they made the book the movie, so you could
What a crazy story.
You could listen to the book.
I could do that.
Probably on your audio thing.
Audible?
Yeah, it's probably on
Audible, they still don't give me free fucking downloads?
No?
Oh, Christ.
Well, you plug them enough?
Yeah, they're stingy. I sell their service every fucking day here. Give me a couple freebies.
Man.
Everyone loves freebies, right?
Yeah, that's one of the best parts about getting into this business. I just got a free mattress for my podcast.
Casper.
Yeah.
They're one of my sponsor. I haven't got a mattress. They're one of my sponsors.
Erock, did you get a free Casper too?
No, but I've heard a lot of podcasts. Casper
I got free mattress. Blue Apron sends me free food. You go to Blue Apron, use promo code ALN, just so you know. For about last night.
Well, I get Blue Apron, but it takes like 45 minutes to cook it. I don't have that patience. So I give it to my neighbor.
Not 45 minutes?
What's their deal?
No, they send all the food to the house, and you just got it's all portioned out, but you gotta
it's all
cook
fresh.
it.
Yeah, it's all fresh.
It's all fresh.
And it's all like pre-chopped up, so you
don't have time for that.
It's 45 minutes.
But it's all set up for you.
They give you all the ingredients. The recipes are on the cards. You just make it yourself and enjoy it.
Yeah. You're doing the most expensive Meals on Wheels ever. You're ordering this.
Oh, wait, so it's more than just heating it up.
Yeah, you got to cook it. No, it's a box. Yeah,
there you go. See?
All right, I'm with you.
Fuck that.
Now you're out there.
I wanted to trash
Cut it up for you so you don't have to measure like, okay, this much garlic. They send you the exact amount of garlic. You throw it in the pot.
I like eating healthy, but that's where I'm with Florentine. What? You got to get a measuring cup out and some teaspoons and tablespoons?
No. It's all measured for you already.
What's wrong with
you're
that?
Following instructions.
It's hard for you. You can't.
Good for you.
No recipe for you?
No.
Does your wife cook?
We have someone that brings food over.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Oak has this thing called money.
No.
I know that. I told you before, sometimes when he's away, he lets me take care of the swans.
I got to defend myself a little bit.
Okay.
When it comes down to it, because we would eat out all the time or take out, it's more or less the same number. But now the food is there in my refrigerator and way healthier.
Okay.
Maybe slightly more, but it's not crazy. You know how it is in New York.
Sure.
I'm defending myself.
I
should just take
you're
my beating.
Living a very pampered. Do you have someone that comes in? You're just ordering the Blue Apron.
No, it's just
away.
I get it through the podcast, but I'll give it to my neighbors or my sister or something like that. They'll do it.
Oh man.
No, I just go to the store and get like a hot salad bar and get that food.
Yeah, there you go.
Me and my boy eat it. Yeah,
that's the best.
Good.
I got a fiance that cooks, and it's fantastic. It's wonderful. I highly recommend it.
True. Both my wives cook.
A fiance or
fiance.
Yeah,
right.
I've been really lucky. Most of the women I've dated have been great cooks. That's a cliche, but it's a goddamn good one. It's wonderful.
It's a goddamn good one.
If you like to eat, I like to eat. I'm sorry.
I love the sort of the new age women that are like, well, I don't have to cook for my man. It's like, well, if you want a happy one.
Certainly. It's a cliche, but it's true.
Can I go backwards for a second? How many people did that lady kill? Because I missed it in there.
Two, I think. She was killing her daughter. She killed the husband and the mother-in-law, and then she was working on her daughter, who was about 5-6 years older than me, because she had to testify against her in court.
Working on killing her own daughter.
Well, she was slowly poisoning, so it's a long, gruesome death.
She does the long con.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
The ultimate long con.
She can't just shoot someone in the head like a fucking gentleman.
It was a slow, disgusting...
And then why would she want to be remarried after that?
To do it again, I guess.
Do it again, maybe? She had the itch?
She didn't mess with the other guy up in New Hampshire. I don't think there was I thought she had escaped until she came up with the plan.
I think she messed with him, Vic. Coming back skinnier with different hair and saying, I'm her twin sister.
There was not an attempt on his life.
Right.
Well, she probably figured if this guy's going to drop dead, they might track her, and then they're going to know she's in New Hampshire. Like if they do an autopsy on him and find that in him.
Sure.
So maybe she just laid low for a few years. I'm sure eventually she was going to go around to killing him.
She escaped again while she was waiting. At the end, she escaped again in custody, got out of jail somehow, and it was wintertime, and it got exceptionally cold. So she died in the woods after getting out of the...
like, I've got a cousin back home, and then I gotta go handle her affairs.
She was heading back to her original house, I think, where she grew up as a little kid.
Damn.
Was she like OJ?
Yeah, something like
Going
that.
back to the original house.
Always do. Now, Jim, you said like that you just found out. But like, if you had known before you got the place, are you someone that would affect your decision on whether you buy the house or not?
No, I would have just said, look, knock $5,000 off and we're good.
There you go.
Yeah, I would have still
That's me.
Yeah.
No fucking way. My quick story. When we were looking for a place in Manhattan, we went into this brownstone, and the older couple, were following us around as we're looking at this place, and she was straightening up, and she made it obvious she wanted out of this fucking house. Mm-hmm. And the energy was so bad, especially in this one room. We go outside with the realtor, and I go, all right, what's up? It was so obvious. She goes, her son, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but her son committed suicide, and they just want to move back to France. I was freaked out. I was like, okay, let's X this one off the list.
Now, when you say the energy was bad, did you just get like a feeling?
It was the energy coming off her.
Oh, okay.
Because she was like straightening up and really staring and looking at our body language as we're going through the house, seeing if this was a real potential sale.
Oh, okay.
And we got out on the sidewalk and I'm like, all right, what's the deal? What is going on here? But you would have no problem with that if you knew ahead of time.
No, and I actually sold a place that my ex-girlfriend committed suicide. I actually sold a place a couple of years later. You don't have to reveal it. I told the realtor try not to if you don't have to. Oh, no, I'm just saying.
I didn't forget,
but I sold the place,
right?
Knowing that they probably they didn't know.
I feel like an asshole now.
Why?
Well, I mean, there's so many reasons why you are.
Well, you didn't lowball me on the offer like they did. I got fucking killed on it.
All right, thank you for saving that.
All right, I'm back in.
There you go. And we're back.
Wait, I already called you out for calling him basically he's a midget and said you were gay on the air.
All right.
We're even.
We're all even. Okay. All right.
It's fine.
That's just the road. It's just I know what you went through, and
the thing with that is people are like, I don't know, there's someone, there was a murder or something in the house. I'm like, yeah, so that's gonna bother you, but the fact that whoever was here before has fucked and came in this room so many times before, that doesn't bother you at all. Some freaky stuff has gone on.
I got a side one. So big house out there in Long Island. We all move out. I'm one of 7 kids, so they start renting rooms.
Yeah.
Years later, there's a guy, a pretty sad guy that's living in. Was it my old room? I think it was my old room. Mm-hmm. And one day, knock on the door. It's the police, and this guy committed suicide. He parked his car on the train tracks in Greenlawn. I'll go local for everybody, left a fucking suicide note.
Oh, on the car?
And then we had I haven't told the story in a while, so I'm not sure if it was in his room or on the car. Now.
Yeah,
I feel like it was on the car. Maybe that's how.
That's ballsy that they would find it, because I think the train would wreck it.
But I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie though. I'm trying to remember
he parked on the track.
Parked on the tracks. Definitely suicide. I forgot if the note was left in the room or somehow on the windshield or whatever the fuck. But anyway, they knew that this guy lived at our house.
Wow.
And then it was all kind of creepy because now we got this room, which used to be mine, filled with this guy's stuff that killed himself, on the railroad tracks. So
I don't know. I think that if I was trying to sell my place and someone just walked in and found out that there was a midget living there before, that'd be enough of a selling point. They'd be like, well, now we have to live here.
Yeah, it's magical.
Hey, man, with Little People, Big World, I'm all in with midgets. I'll tell you right now. I'm a huge fan.
Zach and Tori, it's a boy.
Yes. People get so mad when I tweet you on Twitter with updates about Little People, Big World.
I think it's adorable.
Why? It's great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It's his one of his favorite shows. He's been in since season 1. He knows all about it.
It truly is. And I will send Vic Henley updates because I haven't seen him in about a month. And I'll just be like, breaking news. Amy went on the dates with Chris.
Now they're split after 35 years of being together.
Yeah.
And a dude took her on her motorcycle ride. And
what do you mean a dude?
He says, well, there were two. There were 2 guys that were chasing her.
The other guy we knew didn't want to take her anywhere because he was.
He was very upset.
He was,
Now, is the wife now dating other little people, or is she going tall?
Oh, fuck no. Chris is pretty damn tall.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like the ultimate fuck you to the dwarf husband. It's the ultimate.
Well,
it's like, oh, by the way, now I'm getting some tall dick.
All right, well, I'll go with the other storyline. So,
okay.
But Amy has officially kissed Chris. They're an item now.
Vix, the noise you made. That was like a Midwestern housewife watching her stories.
Right.
That was just oh my goodness, he's giving me the vapors.
It drives people around me nuts because they want me to watch real shows. Like
Eric, it is a real show.
Eric wants me to watch Westworld, and I still haven't really seen Game of Thrones. And
there's a midget in that one.
Right. So,
you should like it.
So they're an item now. There.
Yeah. Oh, man.
She's regular size.
Good.
But then one of the kids, Zach, is married to a regular size. I don't know how to say it, the Brad.
Reachers? Yeah, we call them reachers.
They've been married a year.
That's what we call you guys.
You got a grin out of Florentine.
I like that. That's funny, reachers. Yeah.
They've been married a year, and we just found out, I think this past Tuesday, they're having a baby boy. So now they're holding back whether it's going to be a little person or not.
Oh.
That'll probably be the big reveal at the end.
Reveal.
Cliffhanger for next season.
Right. Dwarf or not. That's the only thing that my future mother-in-law is scared about. She's like, is it dwarf? Is it Chinese? What the hell is your kid gonna be? Because my fiance is Chinese.
Oh.
And she's like, yeah, it's dwarf or Chinese. And I'm like, I don't know. It's
Chinese dwarf.
Yeah, Chinese dwarf. Really good fucking toy maker. That's what it's gonna be.
Wait, is your fiance? She's not a dwarf?
No, she's tall.
Well, I was going to say if she's Chinese.
So you guys gonna have kids?
You're guaranteed to have a small person no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey! Yao Ming. She's tall, you said?
Yeah. She's tall. She's like 5'7".
Now here's the question: does it matter to you, and why?
See, I don't want to say that I want a dwarf kid because then you're like wishing a disability on your child.
That's what Tori said. Yeah. They're like, we'll be happy no matter what, but in the end, I don't want a kid that has a disability.
Yeah, so you can't be like, come on, bad legs. Come on, cripple. Come on. That's what I want. Like, you can't wish that on your child. You can't do that shit. Man. So yeah, when we have kids, I hope it's just a healthy kid. And then, but if it is a dwarf baby, then I'll be like, okay, that's fine, because I know what to do. I know the life. I know the stuff, like in terms of how to raise a dwarf child. I would think so. I would have an advantage there, but. Yeah, we're just hoping for healthy eventually.
I gotta say, when we were walking around in Austin, Texas, that I don't stare as much now.
There you go.
I don't stare as much.
Look at him talking. He's like he's like in a support group. Where
as Brad is sitting in a big seat, and you look at him straight in the eye. I don't stare as much.
Before I knew Brad, and we hung out a little bit in Austin.
Yeah, we got some tacos together.
I was probably a good starer. But then just hanging out and walking and get coffee, and we got some tacos and this and that, and seeing what he has to deal with every fucking moment he's in public. I was getting mad for you, and you're like, this is old hat. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, I really don't notice it anymore. I have friends that when they hang out with me for the first time, that was our first. That was where they kind of realized that they go like, oh shit, like you get stared at like constantly, and like kids are coming up and they're saying things and things like that.
Not only that, because everyone's trying to get their shit for their Facebook and their Instagram. Yeah. I saw everyone sneaking the pic.
Yeah,
they don't even ask them.
That's why. Yeah, that's weird.
That's where I draw the line. Like if I see that, if I see someone taking a picture, I'll stop them. Sometimes I have people come up to me and they go, "Hey, can I get a picture with you?" And I'll always ask like, "Why?" Because if they say, oh, because I like your comedy, then fuck yeah, let's take all the pictures you want. That's great, you're a fan. But if they say like, oh, you just seem like a cool guy, it's like, fuck you.
So they'll do that. They'll say
absolutely.
Will someone go, hey, can I Snapchat this, hanging out with you, and do a little video?
Absolutely.
Someone that doesn't know you, like, fuck off.
Yeah. I chased after a guy at the Montreal Comedy Festival because he was like taking video of me. So I just smacked the phone out of his hand. And then he like started to get mad at me, and then I like started to get mad at him. And I don't know what happens when a midget gets mad at you, like legit mad. I think it scares people more.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, especially when your balls are right there.
Thank you. I was going to say it.
Headbutt. Yeah, right. Just go right for it. And he got terrified, and he like ran away from me. That, and it's fucking the Montreal Comedy Festival. So people look and they see a midget chasing a guy. They're like, oh, did you say show?
It's one of those impromptu.
The show's on the street. The street performer. It's a midget. They're chasing the guy like that.
I have a brother that has a phobia.
Yeah.
As far as little people go.
God, we gotta have him in one day.
He says it goes back. He was a very little kid. Mm-hmm. My mom ran into a stationery store or something. He was left in the car, and he was staring at a little person. Thank God it wasn't a candy store. A little person.
That would have made it worse.
That just happened to be walking by, and the little person notice and then decided to run around the car scaring the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
And now he's a
dwarf.
middle-aged man, and to this day he is fucking horrified of little people.
Where does he live?
On Long Island.
Oh, dude.
Is this the one with the restaurant?
Oh, yeah.
Tell him I'm at Levity Live in West Nyack this weekend.
I will.
Tell him to come by.
Let me write Brett.
So what happens? What happens when someone, a little person comes into his restaurant?
I don't know if that happens.
So if Brad went to dinner at his restaurant, he would freak out.
You realize how rare this is these days? In 2017?
Why? What are you saying? You're going to be extinct soon?
Gene therapy, man.
I didn't know what you meant either. I had no idea.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know what you meant.
It's getting rarer and rarer.
It is. Do you know this? Is this true?
Yeah. Well, now they have actually identified the gene that causes achondroplasia, which is my type of dwarfism.
Okay.
So now they're getting to the point very quickly where they can be able to identify it and then in many cases remove it.
Fix it.
So fix it, sure. Yeah, let's use that word.
I'm from the South.
You mean fix
right,
you?
Exactly. Make it all right. Make you like a real person. Instead of a little toy
Wait,
person.
so what do you mean fix it? Meaning
take it out so the kid won't get dwarfism.
So they can take that out while she's pregnant.
Well, before you get pregnant, like you go and you kind of map out.
Are you guys going to do that, like you and your fiance, if you have a kid together?
Probably. Why not?
Right.
If you can go see, because like that's how a lot of people find out that like Alzheimer's runs in their family, or if like certain types of cancers run in their family. Like you can do that sort of mapping and kind of see like, oh shit, like we're in danger if we have a kid of it having this or this, and then you can go adopt or like do some other option if you want to.
Don't you wonder though that piece is supposed to be in there for a reason, and then you're fucking up something else. All right,
yeah, like you kind of like the butterfly effect, like that. Like they were gonna give, like I was gonna give birth to the dwarf Martin Luther King or something, and now all of a sudden killed it off.
And now because he's a quote regular size, it's all fucked up.
Yeah.
Genome Jenga.
Genome Jenga. Wow, coming this summer from Milton Bradley. Genome Jenga.
So you're Levity Live this weekend, right?
Levity Live.
That's a great club up there in West Nyack.
It's fun, man. We did a show last night. Great audience. It's a fun club. It's at a huge ass mall. You can go do whatever you want.
Oh, I know. You can wander around.
Yeah. What's the name of your brother's restaurant? I want to go to it now.
He'll treat you like a king. F.H. Riley's out there on Long Island.
F.H. Riley's?
In Huntington, yeah.
Okay.
But you're going the other way. You're going north of the city. Long Island's the other way there.
Is he open for lunch? I'll go in for lunch.
I would love that more than anything.
We can car service you out there. I'll Uber you out there and back.
I love people that are afraid of little people because I love scaring the crap out of them. I love hugging them. I love humping their legs.
He just wrote. I told him that you're in the studio. He goes, you have to have me on when we get back. He's flying down to Texas as we speak.
Son of a bitch.
For some stuff.
Okay.
But, next time you're in, I'm bringing him in.
I love it.
He's a great guy. He doesn't even mean anything by it, but he was traumatized as a kid.
Yeah, we'll talk to him. Maybe we can fix him.
Exactly. He's laughing though. He thinks it's hilarious.
I love that.
So.
Well, see, I don't think you do that as the intervention. I think you bring him in like what is he, a fan of like Springsteen or something like that, or like some other rocker?
No, he's more country.
Okay, well, like
NASCAR.
Okay.
He did a bunch of years in Florida.
Tell him fucking Tony Stewart's coming in.
Yeah, Dale Jr.
And then I'm just hiding behind the door.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
I like that.
That is a great idea.
Speaking of NASCAR, you know who loves midgets? You know who absolutely loves midgets is Tony Stewart.
Really?
Yeah.
He's not a big fella himself.
No, he's not, but he absolutely loves little people. He flew me out to Richmond, Virginia to go watch the race in his pit crew.
Sure.
It was fucking sweet, man.
That's awesome.
Like,
did you wear the headsets and listen to him talking back and forth? And the whole thing?
I got to wear the headsets, and he watched both of my specials on Showtime.
All right, I want to make sure he invited you for the right reason, Brad.
It wasn't going to take me to like a rape dungeon or something like that.
The gimp.
That was later. What? Yes, and he loves little people, but then we talked and we're cool, and like he introduced me to a bunch of other drivers. Like, he's a good dude, man. And you talk shit about NASCAR, and I'm not going to watch it on TV, but when you're there, it's pretty fucking sweet.
When I watch with my brother, he makes it exciting, because before that I was like, whatever, but he'll start explaining that,
Yeah.
the ins and outs and everything that's really important.
Right.
I still want to just see the crashes myself. But
that's why everyone watches.
I know.
They won't admit that, but that's why you're watching.
I know.
Yeah, if you live in a double wide and the other part's a meth lab and your baby is shitting on the floor, you want to see somebody on fire.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes you feel better about yourself, I don't care what anybody says.
Someone else burn.
Exactly. I thought my life sucked. I'm not on fire.
I think you just explained Twitter. Somewhere in there.
I think you just explained everything that's going on Twitter right now.
Hey, it's your birthday today?
It is. Yeah, today.
Really?
Yeah.
How old?
33, which, as I said on Twitter, is 72 in dwarf.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, no.
No, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not dying early.
Oh,
it's fine.
Is there an age, is it, it's not 78.
Oh, you mean like life expectancy?
Yeah, life expectancy.
I don't know. You got the Google up there.
Well, Matt's getting up there. Matt's in his 50s.
But he's been in bad shape for a long time, though.
He's doing well with his neck surgery,
though. That's great.
Yeah, his rehab.
Roll off. Very well. Okay, we're back on the roll off.
Yes,
I'm trying to follow the conversation.
We're back to the roll off.
Matt, who's Matt? What the hell?
What happened?
What, you been cheating on me, Opie? Another midget?
He's got some vertebrae problems in his neck. He's got a few vertebrae he has to get fixed up. Yeah, it's very dangerous surgery because he's a little person, but he's doing very well.
Okay.
Yeah, he's getting around the farm nicely without his neck brace. So
that's good.
Riding the mule more than he used to, though.
Yes, he is, dude. He loves a good mule.
Jim's just looking at me like, do you know what the fuck they're talking about? I got no idea.
We do this on purpose. We don't give a fuck if anyone follows us on this one.
Well, it's funny because at my show last night, there was a guy that came up to me and then I don't know if he felt like he needed to reassure me that I was going to be okay, but he came up to me after the show.
Really?
Yeah, he did. He came up to me after the show. He's like, I was friends with a little person. He lived to be 88, man, so you're doing all right. I was like, all right.
Right.
Cool.
How about you don't need to know that shit?
Yeah. All right, I guess
how about you mind your own fucking business?
Yeah, we got 1 to 88. Great.
That's like if you have a dog, somebody goes, how long do they live?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, you're like, I don't really want to think about that right now. Thanks for making me envision the future.
I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm going to start doing that to people that have kids. Hey, how long they live?
You should.
So, what do you? So you got to perform for your birthday tonight?
Yeah. That's all right.
You're working on your birthday.
Yeah,
how are you going to celebrate your birthday?
I'll probably drink afterward with the staff.
That sounds.
Are you going to tell the crowd? Are you going to tell the crowd on stage it's your birthday?
Maybe. I don't know. It's like I don't know. I've gotten to the age where now. Birthdays, it's like that. It's another day.
I feel like we should have done something for you, a little cake or something.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, nice.
Yeah, just like a cupcake. I'd be happy. No, I'm good, man.
Roland's wheelhouse is preparing food somewhere. There's Eve.
Actually, Brad, we did prepare something for your birthday. Brad, let's go. Happy birthday, Brad Williams. Happy birthday.
Oh, there's Roland. I knew.
Happy birthday.
Somebody went to Party City.
Oh, that's awesome.
He did go to Party City. There's about 100 balloons in here right now.
That's great.
We got pizza.
Sure. I feel like I'm at Chuck E. Cheese right now.
I know. There's midgets. There's pizza. There's balloons.
Are we going to start bouncing next?
Right. Where's the ball pit?
Somebody turned on the animatronic bears.
Yeah. Roland, what do we got for Brad Williams' birthday today?
Plates. Oh, we got plates.
Nintendo Mario plates.
Brad, take that hat off. We got your birthday hat.
Got the fire engine.
Is that a Paw Patrol hat? Oh, no, Mario.
Yeah, that's a Mario hat.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Look at that.
Oh, these hats don't really fit now, do they?
No, they don't. Especially none on my big ass head.
They're too small.
There you go.
We got some Mario prize packs.
Well, I don't know. We got candles.
Why'd you choose Mario? Because I look like Toad. Is that why?
Pop rocks. What mustaches?
They have chocolate Pop Rocks?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to do the whole thing where we drink it with soda and see if we explode.
Roland set it up nice. What else we got, Roland? Because it's radio. We got to tell the people out there.
Yeah.
We certainly got pizza. We got a birthday cake for you.
What do we got? Oh, we got a spinning disco light. Now it's a party.
We got to set up the spinning disco light.
This is great.
Little mini hand clappers. There's a bag.
Oh, some glow sticks.
There you go. Nice little glow sticks for a party.
You got any Molly to go with this shit?
Right?
So if you're a grown-up,
Yeah, you can't do glow sticks without the Molly.
I like that Roland, got stuff for your birthday, but I'm starting to think he might have spent a little too much money.
It's a lot.
Oh, it's a cake.
What's the cake? Let me
It
see the
says
cake.
happy birthday bread on it.
There you go.
That's great.
And trust me, Roland got you a nice cake. He doesn't fuck around.
There you go.
The cake's expensive?
Ice cream cake, I hope.
Today's budget's big, too.
Huh?
Today took a little hit of the budget.
Oh, the budget took a little hit today?
Well, okay.
That's all right.
That's all right. It's worth it.
It's worth it for Brad Williams.
There you go. Look at that.
There's all kinds of stuff here.
This is great, man. Thank you.
And have a slice of
What
pizza.
else is there?
Yeah.
The popping stars where you stick them on something and they pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some tops. We got plenty of stuff that has SARS on it from China, no doubt. We're all gonna get sick.
Hey, Brad, just let me know what stuff you're not going to take, because I got to take my son to a birthday party tomorrow, and I'll take this shit there.
Oh, I thought you would hate this, but that's a good angle.
There you go.
I go to birthday parties all the time with this stuff, so I'm used to it.
Oh, God. Brad, I mean,
This is fantastic,
be
man.
prepared for this. When you do have a kid, you're going to have to go to like 30 birthday parties a year.
That's fine. I'll go in the bounce house and own those little sons of bitches.
Christ.
Oh, yeah, it's brutal.
Are you starting to tap out of birthday parties?
No, I'll go.
We tap out. Because my kid's old enough now where I could have a conversation with him. Do you care about blank blank? He's like, nah, he doesn't even talk to me at school. I'm like, all right, cool. We're not going to that one.
Good.
That when we were growing up, you just picked who you wanted at your house.
Right.
Now,
Mandatory everybody.
You have to invite the entire class.
Oh, it's one of those
And that means
things.
if you're inviting the whole class, they're inviting you to their... so the birthdays are endless.
Yeah, and it's good because my son was born in August, so I don't have to worry about any kids in his class, so it's just his friends.
Just the friends.
Yeah.
Because that would be the worst, where it's like, great,
wow,
I have to invite everybody. Like, that sucks.
So yours is not during the school year, so you get away with it.
I get away with it, so
That's
they just come to
awesome.
my house. We have it at my house.
that's old school,
Because it's
cool.
weird now to have, like, during the school year, to have it at someone's house. Like, wait, we're going to their house? It's always got to be at some fucking, bounce place or something like that.
And in New York City, maybe I'm sure it's like this everywhere. Everyone's competitive too.
Oh, that's
It's
everywhere.
like, wow, yeah, this was rare, and then you have to try to beat them.
Right. Everyone's like, well, they had a magician. Well, we'll have two magicians.
I'm like, the kid's 3.
Yeah. Why?
Fuck.
Well, and I imagine not even the worst part about going to these parties is not the kids. It's having to interact with the other parents sometimes.
It's not so bad.
yeah,
I thought it
not
was
so
going to be, you think it's going to be bad, but it's not so
Not
bad.
You pick one or two you really like, and you just kind of hang on to them.
And I look for the divorced ones.
Yeah, he's in
Oh,
a whole
yeah.
other world.
I look right at rings, look at the finger. Hey, how you doing? Which kid's yours?
I love
Are
that.
you putting up numbers in that world? Look at the smile. Look at the smile. Look at the smile.
It's a whole new market for me. It's almost like I got a new identity, like the Black Widow or whatever the fuck her name is.
You're like the guy from Wedding Crashers that picks up chicks at funerals. You just go around to all the divorce hearings in town and go, oh wow, that sucks. Your marriage didn't work out.
That smile's hilarious.
That was
first
the
of all.
grinning.
And then Erock just pointed out that you're the only one that is still comfortable enough to keep your hat on.
No, I don't care.
He's rocking that Mario hat.
Yes, we all took them off.
Immediately.
Oh, the party's still going on.
Yeah,
We're not leaving yet.
Yeah, we're not stopping. This is going to keep going.
We have goodie bags on the way out.
We probably do.
Ain't no party like a midget party, because a midget party don't stop.
There you go.
I'm gonna bring half that shit home to my kid.
Right?
Yeah, you're gonna bring some of that stuff home.
Sure. Kids love that.
Oh, I'm going to take a ton of this, with me.
They bought way too many things.
This spinning disco light will be this kid's present tomorrow if you don't want it.
Just go for it, dude.
Yeah.
Take it. Make it happen.
One good thing about going to those parties with, at some place or whatever, some bounce place, is you just throw the bag in a corner.
Yeah.
So they don't open in front of you, so you can just give them any shitty gift.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, you just throw it. Yeah, I'll wear the gifts over there, and you just throw it over there, and they don't even open it until I get home. Usually,
and then do you say from, or you just say,
I put that on there, but no 5-year-old's going to hold it against my son because he got him a fucking disco light. Like, what was that present? What am I going to do with that? He doesn't know.
Look at it.
Have you bailed on the gift?
What?
You don't have anything yet tomorrow? You're just going to grab something on the way?
I got a whole closet full with stuff that he gets that he doesn't open for Christmas. So I got a whole store in my room where we just pick out, what do you think Dominic's going to like? And he goes, oh, he'll like that. I go, okay, I'm throwing it in a bag.
Perfect.
Oh,
dude,
that's good, man.
Your kid's smart. Your kid seems like an accomplice to all this. Like he plans stuff out with you.
Dude. Oh, yeah, he knows. Yeah, we just go through.
Dude, put him on. His kid is beyond his years.
Really?
Yeah. Tell him the bands he's into at 6, and this started.
6.
And this started when he was about 4.
What does your kid listen to?
He's seen Slipknot twice. He's seen
Wait. He's seen?
Yes.
Not listened to.
I don't know who this person is over here, but he just went, Jesus.
Okay. He's seen AC/DC with Brian Johnson and Axl.
Oh, my
2 different singers.
Yep.
Because I've been to a Slipknot concert, and this is a true story. This happened to me at a Slipknot concert. I was like, you know what? I'm going to the pit. I'm going to the mosh pit of a Slipknot concert. I'm going to do it. I started walking down to the pit. On my way down there, I saw a guy in the pit take off his shirt, light it on fire, start spinning it around his head. He hit someone else with his shirt who was wearing too much hairspray. All of a sudden, that dude got lit up. Wow. And now everyone's like kicking the guy, trying to get him to, I mean, maybe they're just kicking him. Maybe they're trying to get the fire out. But like, they're on the ground kicking him. Like, all right, maybe I'm not going to the pit at Slipknot.
Wow.
And that's what your 5-year-old went to?
Yeah, but, we're on, it's the pavilions outside. We're in seats. We're not in the pit. We know not to go to the pit.
Do you understand, like, his son, it wasn't like he just dragged his son. His son really understands the band and knows the music.
Really? Yeah, he's like,
my kid's not into music.
He loved Marilyn Manson. I say he saw Manson. He thought it was the greatest show ever.
How many shows has he seen already?
About like 16, I think he's been at.
16 kids? 16
shows concerts so far.
6 years old.
Yeah.
Do you bring headphones for him?
Yeah, he's got the kid headphones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like, because I was going to say, if you're doing that by age 9, he going to be like, Danny, we ain't going to do another concert.
And he loves it, right?
I loves it. And he gets to meet most of the bands. I'm friends with him or whatever.
Does he
we get
freak
backstage.
out when
yeah. And when he met Ozzy, he met all Black Sabbath.
Holy shit.
He was freaking out.
Like, hopefully he's not peaking at age, 6.
It's amazing.
Because that's amazing, man. Just going to all his concerts. I didn't go to my first concert. I was like maybe 18, 19.
I'm more or less with you.
Yeah.
I was maybe slightly younger than that.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to shows at 12, 13 like my friends.
I was 8. Well, because my older brother's 12 years older than me. I was 8. He was about 20. He took me to my first few shows.
Yeah.
He was stuck watching me. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Damn good show. They levitated the piano. I was fascinated.
That's a good first concert. My first concert was Pennywise. And that was
that's pretty good.
That was a good pit.
Yeah, that's a damn good pit.
Yeah. I came out missing a shoe and a couple other things because everyone's like, "There's a midget in the pit!" Like everyone just went.
Someone
nuts.
grab his shoe.
Yes, someone grab his shoe. You can hang it from your rearview mirror.
That's hilarious. Mine was Southside Johnny and the Asbury.
That's a fine show.
Asbury Jukes,
right?
Wow.
I mean, having a party though, it wrecked me.
What?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What's wrong with the show?
Having a party.
Oh, you don't like
I was
this
like, oh man, going to show stinks.
Really?
I wasn't a fan of Southside Johnny and the Asbury.
You weren't just happy to be at a show?
No, it's more of a Jersey thing.
It's a Jersey thing.
Yeah. It was all right.
It's a rollicking good time.
But after having a party, I don't know. What was the other song?
I don't know. I only know that one.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
I would have liked to have gone to a show with some hits.
Well, I mean, all right. Well, then, what was your best concert ever? Then?
See, I'm a huge U2 fan.
Okay, so
I've seen them
a couple times.
Back on the road this year.
I know, doing all of Joshua Tree.
Very
June
excited.
27th.
B-sides.
28th or something like that.
Right.
They're playing at MetLife Stadium.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a bunch of songs you never hear from the typical shows that they do.
But I love going to Pearl Jam, which I've only started going to Pearl Jam only about 5 years ago. And I love the band forever.
Yeah, well, like
that show is ridiculous every time.
But Pearl Jam was always one of those bands where they're like, maybe we'll show up, maybe we'll tour. Like they never really publicized greatly a bunch of their tours, and then they took some time off.
That whole thing with Ticketmaster, they didn't want them taking the service charts in. They were just playing in fields in the middle of nowhere, so it wasn't a Ticketmaster place.
Yeah,
and they were a band that never went away. People don't realize that. I remember an article, I think it was in Rolling Stone magazine, explaining Do you realize Pearl Jam never went away?
You're the documentary guy. That documentary is amazing. It's really good.
What is it called? 10 or
20? 20 it's the 20-year anniversary.
Yeah, it was 20. You're right. But yeah, they blew off being in the public eye and all that, and just toured for their fan base, and then just kind of grew from there again.
That's awesome.
And became massively huge. Obviously,
I saw those guys with Blind Melon at the Santa Barbara Bowl.
Wow! Wait!
Outdoor show back in the
what year?
Yeah, when they were when Shannon Hoon was alive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, like the one year he was alive.
Right.
A lot of people say it's not fair that band is like a one-hit wonder technically, because they said that Shannon Hoon had a lot of shit that he was gonna.
The CD's a really good CD. Yeah,
right.
The whole the little bee girl on the front.
But they actually look at them as a one-hit wonder. Unfortunately,
that's the only one you know is that. Yeah.
Well, they did Tones of Home, which is a great song.
That's a great song too. Yeah, that whole again, I like the whole CD. And hell of a group live. They pounded the shit out of it. Them and Pearl Jam, they came back and did some shit with Pearl Jam on stage, and they were jamming, fucking playing like Zeppelin and crazy covers. It was really cool.
What was your first show, Jimmy?
Sabbath and Van Halen.
Jeez, fucking hey, you got to beat us all.
That's a hell of a start.
Yeah, my brothers took me. I was 12 or 14, smoking pot. Because everyone just take a hit of the joint and just pass it around. And it did to strangers, anyone next to you, just taking hits. That was the first time I smoked too.
That's awesome.
So I don't remember too much of the show, but that was my first concert. Yeah,
man, that's the way to go. And were you a fan of that music before?
Yeah.
Oh, so that must have been amazing.
Yeah, so I knew all the stuff going in.
That's awesome. They're cutting up the cake, so we should. Why don't we take a break so we can eat pizza and cake for Brad Williams' 33rd birthday?
You should have been playing "Having a Party."
Yeah, exactly.
We'll play
Denny would have had that on if he was in here.
I was trying to get Denny to DJ this, actually. But it was more or less last minute. We couldn't get that part together. Florentine, where are you going to be, buddy?
Well, I got my special, Simple Man's, out on iTunes. It's up on Amazon.com. Came out a few weeks ago. And then January 26th through the 28th, the Funny Bone in St. Louis, Missouri.
Beautiful.
And Governor's in February, 24th, 25th.
JimFlorentine.com for everything?
Yeah.
All right. Brad Williams is Levity Live tonight. West Nyack.
Yeah.
Vic, what do you got, buddy?
I got a LOL in San Antonio the first week of February.
Oh, I was just there.
Yeah, 1 through 4.
I was there. I was there for New Year's. They have that excellent movie theater. That's right. That's right
killer,
next to
right?
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. You're gonna love that.
I'm there, and then the first weekend in March, I'm doing 3 Carolina dates with Ron White. So,
nice.
Columbia, South Carolina, Charleston, and Fayetteville, North Carolina. It's the first Thursday, Friday, Saturday is.
Awesome.
I've seen a lot of Ron's new stuff because he's been going up at the Comedy Store in LA a lot. It's really good.
No, I know they were. Yeah,
he was really.
I get weird texts in the middle of the night, like half an idea, and I'm like, okay. I see where you're going with this. What are you asking me to do?
Right?
How many electoral votes did he get in the election?
Exactly. 0.0001.
You remember when he was in here and we were trying to bust his ass?
It was crazy. It made no sense.
What are you doing? Let us bust your ass.
Yes, it made no sense.
He went for the presidency and he didn't want to really go the goof angle that much.
Right.
We're looking at him like, Ron.
What, do you want to do it for real?
For real, yes.
Wow. You want to be the first tater salad president?
I love the guy, but that day, me and Vic are looking at each other.
It was totally bizarre.
Wow. It was a little bizarre. Yeah. I'm not going to lie to you. A little bizarre.
The publicist was going, play it straight. And we were going, no.
Let's find the joke.
No, it's our friend running for president. You don't play that
It's
straight.
weird enough having Trump, but imagine Ron with a fucking cocktail. This is what we're going to do with the budget. You know what I mean? Smoking a cigar.
I might go for that.
Unlit cigar. I guess he's whatever. Oh, and really fast, Sherrod, who's been really helping out a lot lately and killing it.
Thanks.
He's at the Bay Street Theater in Sag Harbor tonight. So go get your tickets for that if you're way out there on Long Island.
So right now he's in traffic.
He was going to do the show today. He's like, bruh, I gotta leave at 1:30, so he should be clear. Yeah. Should be clear if he left at 1:30.
Cool.
That traffic to Long Island, that's why I started living. Whatever. That's why I started living in the city. It's too much of who gives a fuck. I just couldn't do the commute anymore. All right, we're going to eat pizza. Excuse me, have some birthday cake. How good is the cake?
It's delicious.
All right.
It's really, really good. This cake is amazing. No, of course not.
He wouldn't. He hates pedestrian food. I wonder where he got the pizza from.
I love that we're in New York. It's like the greatest pizza place ever, and he probably got it from like Chuck E. Cheese or something.
No, if he had more time, he would have literally went to the best pizza joint in Manhattan. Roland does not play when it comes to food.
Love it.
All right, we're going to take a break and be back.
Opie Radio is back.
Let me ask you something. If you were still on NEW back in the day and it was Brad's birthday, what would have came in this room?
Oh, man.
Disease. Famine. You wouldn't want to eat
What do you think would have went down?
You wouldn't want to eat the cake.
Let's just put it that way.
Yes. We would have someone farting into the cake and the strippers and...
Right.
Oh, my God.
So,
where's
the bad part of that?
You can't do any of that shit.
You can't have a stripper fart in a cake?
How about, you could still have strippers on, but most of the time they get insulted if you say, hey, can you take some clothes off? They're like, why don't you go on my Instagram, or why don't you go on my Instagram?
Well, you're here now. It's like,
that's what I say.
You're here in front of us.
There's still some troopers out there.
Sorry, I can't get internet service in the building.
Yeah.
So take it
We're
off.
in a bunker back here.
That, and imagine if we did that as comics. Like, I get sometimes just not doing, like, your full bit or something like that, but at the same time, it's like, well, if you want to see me be funny, go watch my special. Like, no.
You're not in here so we can talk about Russia and Trump. Holy fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
There
like,
are some that still, but in general, it's like a nightmare. It's a pain in the ass.
Right. And then it's probably, I'm guessing, like, by the end of it, you're usually going like, well, that started off as a good idea.
Right.
And then it just went to some weird place.
I have found in the last few years, especially, it's just a waste of fucking time. If you want to know the truth, I'd rather do other shit now.
Well, that and it's radio, so you have to have them talk at some point.
Yeah, and
that's a genius can you want to open up right there every single time.
Right,
Please
right.
expand our minds with your wizardry.
Right.
But I mean, there was such a value to it back in the day. He's talking about NEW. That was before these little devices that we all have. So when you heard a naked lady on the radio, it was a pretty fucking big deal.
Right.
Not so much these days.
And
Not
now,
so much.
Yeah, now when you can just be like, oh, I wonder what that girl looks like, and like hear her voice, and then like cut off the radio, and then you can just look up her porn site or her Instagram or whatever the fuck and jerk off to it.
With that.
Yeah, jerk off to it and be done.
That's why the Melania Trump thing is fascinating to me, because for the first time ever in our history, we can look up to what the first lady naked looks like. I don't believe ever to this point in our lives you could find out what the first lady
we all know
like
about
naked.
the Barbara Bush sex tape.
Well, that's a classic. That's a classic. That's right up there with Leon Isaac Kennedy. It starts with Leon Isaac Kennedy. Then it's Barbara Bush.
Oh, is it really a classic?
and then Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, right.
That's the trifecta of
top
sex
5
tapes.
for sure.
For the people that don't realize we're joking, I got to protect myself by saying there is no Barbara Bush sex tape.
There's lawyers
or porn
coming in
or whatever the fuck.
Sure.
But Melania, you could see her naked. That's never before ever been possible.
And lesbian pictures.
Oh, really? I didn't know. I haven't looked at any of them. I just knew that you could see her naked. It was online.
Is there anyone? Has there ever been someone so upset to become First Lady of the United States?
Her?
Yeah.
You don't think she wants to deal with that at all, huh?
No. Well, she's a gold digger. When you're a gold digger, you don't want to work. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to set up a Easter egg roll on the South Lawn. You just want to sit there and look hot and watch your stories.
You got to come up with an agenda. They always have to have an agenda.
She might like the attention, though.
What?
Being the first lady.
Her agenda is to stop online bullying.
Is that what it was? That she's already come out and said that's going to be hers. So
and everyone was like, "Are you serious?"
So Michelle Obama
was home.
Yeah, why don't you just like turn and handcuff your husband and then take his phone away from him, and then you'll stop online bullying.
Find what her agenda is. Yes, it came out a month
not
ago.
Not literacy or poverty or healthy eating
bullying.
or online bullying.
Yes.
So she doesn't even want to go outside. You're right. She's lazy. She's lazy.
Did you see Biden and Obama
hugging each other and making out yesterday? Yeah, it was absolutely.
Did you
wonderful.
like it?
I thought it was fun.
I liked it.
Sure, I thought it was
liked
cool.
the Biden.
I thought he was going to kiss him on the mouth for a second.
And I liked the surprise and all that.
It was great.
And everyone's like, who
cares?
Who cares? It was a great moment.
Exactly.
He surprised him like we surprised you for your birthday.
Yeah. Same thing.
Without strippers.
Same thing.
Here's your Mario hat.
I got just as many strippers at my birthday as Biden did for his Presidential Medal of Freedom.
We should have tried the stripper
A
thing.
big squadoosh.
But I don't know how that's going to go over, because I don't know if you would fucking get in trouble with that.
I understand. I understand.
Your gal or whatever.
All good. I truly do appreciate the effort, Ope. I really do. And I'm a simple dude. If someone just says happy birthday, that's fine.
Look, if a stripper came in here and gave you a dance, and a lap dance and grinding on you, it wouldn't be a problem.
Not at all. Not at all.
Rolling? Get on it.
Throwing those food.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We got a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I think, no, you know what? I don't think I ever told you this, but I actually met my fiance on a threesome app.
Ooh, wow. Nice.
That's how I met her. On a app that used to be called Threender, and then they got sued. So I don't know what they're called now.
Why were they getting sued?
Because it's too close to Tinder.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Wait, so you were looking for a third? You were with somebody else?
No, I was single, looking to match up with two other singles, and I matched up with two women, and we were going to do the thing, and then one of them called up. It was like, hey, I can't make it that night. And the other one got a hold of me and was like, hey, do you still want to go out that night? And I was like, yes, I still want to go out tonight. So we went out with the plan that we're going to just meet, make sure we're not psychotic, and then fuck afterward. And then on the date, we're like, crap, we like each other. On the first date.
That's crazy.
He started talking and forgot about fucking for a second.
Yeah, and we didn't fuck that night. And then, like 2 years later, I proposed to a woman I met on a threesome app.
There you go. Wait, that's a good story for the kids.
Great story.
It's really weird.
Hey, kids, let me tell you how I met your mom.
It's really weird that a guy, like a single guy, can have two girls. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be a million guys on that site. Yeah. Obviously, you know, and there's going to be a million to choose from. Like, the two actually, we're going to go out, one bailed.
Yeah.
I got to ask, though. I got to be the one that asks.
Sure, fire away.
Because you're a little person, they were interested in this, or?
Oh, were they
the original threesome.
Yeah. Oh, with two tall girls.
Yeah.
No, but did they know that you were?
Yeah. They knew. You have photos on the app and stuff.
So that was your in. They were like, oh, well, let's try it with this little person.
So you think you had an advantage?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm
going to shrink my picture down now. Somebody Photoshop my fucking Tinder picture.
Yeah. Do it up.
Hey, if you want one of our guys to turn you into a midget, they'll do it in a second.
We can do it.
And I'll say this today, too. I say midget a lot because Brad told me I can.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's fine.
Ever since he said it was all right last time, that's what I tell everybody.
Yeah, go for it.
Why not?
I said it before I met Brad, but then when I met Brad, I'm
like, oh, now I have the okay.
No, I should be a little more classy. So I actually, if you remember, I asked you, and you're like, oh my God, I don't care about that word whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly.
And I found out that there's a guy here that's scared of little people.
Oh, there's a guy here too?
Yeah. Can we do this? Is he going to come in?
I'll try to get him.
You gotta have him because I don't understand this. Like I said, my brother has this too, but I don't understand it, and I've never seen it in action, and I want to know why. Mm-hmm. It's Larry.
Well, your brother, you have an idea why because he was traumatized.
No, I know that
the guy was circling the car and scaring him. So that makes sense.
But you're right.
He should be more traumatized that Opie's mom left him in the car by himself.
No, it was the 70s. Yeah, no seatbelts. You know what I mean? Thick.
I'm in my
yes, of course.
I'm in my driveway and I can't even leave my son in the car. I'll get arrested.
My mom left me in the car.
How old was he at the time? About?
Yeah, I would guess he couldn't have been. He was less than 10 easily. I would have to ask him.
I love the fact that this guy, if he is afraid of little people.
I just found out Larry left for the day, so we could cut this off.
Oh, it's Larry?
Why didn't we do this early?
Because he saw Brad in the elevator. That's
he probably snuck out.
Yeah, he saw me in the elevator, and then he saw you guys with balloons. He's like, I don't want to know what's going on in there.
Even if there's cake?
I mean, he knows that it got back to us that he's scared, so I guarantee he tapped out early because he doesn't want to deal with this.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, it was the 70s, though, man. We've done this.
My mom left me, I was like 6, in the car in front of the courthouse, ran in to pay like the power bill or something, and I knocked it out of gear and was rolling down the car. I'm in the car rolling down towards traffic, and there's a security guard in front of the courthouse, and he had to run, jump in the car, and slam it back in park, or I would have rolled right in. I was pretending like I was driving. I switched over behind the wheel and put the fucker in neutral, and I was rolling right towards traffic.
How about you got to set up what they're called play dates? I'm sure you've heard the word by now.
Yeah.
You can't just drop your kid off and wait all right, they're inside, I can take off now. It's got to be set up. There's got to be a theme to it, right? Have you gone through this shit?
No.
Like, what are we going to eat? What are we going to do? I'm like, how about the old days where you just come over the house and we'll figure it out as we go?
Yeah. Well, there has to be a plan set itinerary.
Yeah, he's nodding.
I didn't know this.
You know, right?
No, I didn't know this.
Oh, man.
I know you got to see the other parent wave at you before they go in the house. I knew that one.
That's the 70s.
That's
not now.
Okay. Now you got to go in and actually...
Now you're wandering around with the other father as they're playing in front of you.
I've been doing a lot of things wrong. I'm learning today that I have been negligent in my child watching participation.
You can't just let him be a kid. You can't just let him be out in the backyard.
Too many kid touchers, Brad.
No, that's not mine. My girls' kids are no. It's not what he says. My girl, they run around. You drop them off, they wave. They haven't figured out anything. They're like, they know they got a swing set out back, and if it's a sunny day, we're going to go outside and run around the yard.
Yeah,
there doesn't have to be we're going to play t-ball for 8 minutes and then cake and then blah, blah, blah.
It might be more of a New York City thing too.
Sounds a little too fancy for me.
Oh Christ, get me out of the fancy.
Really?
I would rather have a giant yard and the kids come over and I could see them.
We're going to have introspection for 45 minutes, then positive reinforcement,
right? Then yoga. What?
Kids yoga.
that is a thing. I know.
I saw it. Kids hot yoga.
No.
Yeah.
Oh. But
the kids yoga.
That's ridiculous. All right, no Larry. That's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, football.
Oh, yeah, this
where you at with these games there?
Well, first of all, the Chargers moving to L.A. is going to be a complete disaster.
You think?
As someone who lives in Los Angeles, I'll tell you right now, there's 100% no interest in the Chargers.
None.
Because...
Then why the hell are they doing it?
They think it's going to be this big old thing, but it was different with the Rams because they were the L.A. Rams. And yes, I know the Chargers were the L.A. Chargers for like a week in 1960. But there's still people alive that were old enough to go to the Rams games and still remember that and have nostalgia, and they left. So we're excited about the Rams. Chargers coming back, there's no interest. None.
Nobody in L.A. likes the Chargers.
Nobody in L.A. likes the Chargers.
Nobody likes that team. You're barely going to support the Rams Stadium, even though they're not a new one yet. Right. Was half full the whole year. They're a shitty team. The Chargers are a shitty team.
How long has it been since they left?
Who?
The Rams.
Only 1 year. This is the first year.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. They got a half a stadium. They can't even sell the tickets.
Right. Are they going to share the facility, both these teams?
No.
Or they're going to be two different stadiums?
There's going to be two different stadiums. Chargers next year are going to be playing at the Home Depot Center, which is where the LA Galaxy play. Which
Carson, California.
Yeah, Carson, California.
That only seats like 20,000.
Yeah, I think there's like 27,000 or 30. Yeah.
That's where they're playing next year.
That's crazy.
I thought that the Chargers are going to share the stadium with the new stadium with the Rams.
They said maybe they're going to share the new stadium with them, but they said at least for the first few years.
Yeah, for the first few years, for at least because the Rams stadium's not open for another 2 years. So they're going to have two teams. First of all, the LA people used to, when there was no teams there, would get the best games on local TV. Whatever the best two games or three games were for the week, they would show them because there was no local teams.
Right.
In the NFL, if there's like here in New York, you get the Giants or the Jets pretty much if they're playing. You don't get the other big team. The Jets could be playing the Titans.
Right.
And instead of the Packers and the Patriots, you can't see that game.
Right.
So now everybody in LA is pissed at the Rams game. Now the Chargers. So now you're going to get a shitty Charger game and you get a shitty Ram game and not see the big games. You're going to have to go to a sports bar or DirecTV or have an app
Red Zone channel.
So you're not going to get any of that. And LA won't even support one team, let alone two.
So what is the logic as far as San Diego goes?
Okay, so
making this move.
The NFL basically holds these cities hostage. They say, look, you give us money because we need to open a new stadium or we're going to leave. And most of the time the team, panics and then the city panics. They don't want to lose all that business like the Vikings and they go, okay, we're going to stay. We can raise the money. They were there was $150 million difference between the Chargers moving, they needed 150 more and they would have got a new stadium. The owner said, fuck you, I'm not giving you any money because Roger Goodell tells the teams, do not give the city any money towards that stadium. Make them build it on their own.
Right.
Because if we set that precedent, then we're going to have to do it all the time.
Right.
So they're only $150 million apart and Spanos, the Charger owner, goes, fuck you, I'm going to L.A. Meanwhile, he has to pay a $500 million relocation fee. $550 he has to pay out of his pocket just to move the team.
Relocation
but
fee.
For $150 out of his pocket, he could have stayed in San Diego with a new stadium.
So now he's paying an extra $400 million.
Yeah, and it's going to fail. And within 10 years, one of those teams or both will be gone from L.A., guaranteed.
Like the Raiders, they came down and they went back.
Yeah.
There's definitely something gonna and like I said, no one likes the Chargers because you have a bunch of Raider fans that live in Los Angeles already. Who that's an AFC West team, so they've been geared to hate the Chargers their entire life. They've been trained to.
Oh, that makes it true too.
Yeah,
good point.
So they fucking hate the Chargers. They hate him. No one in the damn city likes him at all.
And the Rams, even though they were there, they really have no identity with LA anymore either. No. They were gone for so long, so it's just a shitty team there. They just hired a 30-year-old coach. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's going to be a disaster.
Yeah. The thing, they need, in order to do well, they need to win. If one of the teams starts winning, maybe they have a shot.
That obviously turns everything around.
And the thing with Phillip Rivers has got, maybe 2 years left. He's starting to slowly decline. Mm-hmm. So the Chargers are going to have no quarterback. The Rams got that rookie that we don't even know if he's going to be good or not.
He's not that great.
So you got two, you're going to have two teams with no star quarterbacks or anything.
Right.
So
right. Plus, Rivers has 8 kids. He doesn't want to move.
No, I know.
Yeah. He's not retiring anytime soon.
I wish that was a joke. It's not. He's got 8 kids that live in San Diego. It's like, he said it on SportsCenter today. He's like, yeah, I'm going to commute. He's going to commute.
He's going to get a helicopter.
Yeah, right. He's going to have to do it Kobe style.
I'm sure he'll be able to figure that out easily for himself, though, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, just the fact that he doesn't want to move.
Yeah, that $550 million relocation fee. Wow.
So picture this. So in the last 2 years, between the Rams giving $5 or $550, that's $1.1 billion that the other owners split. They get all that money.
Yeah.
So of course the owners are going to say, "Yeah, move."
Sure.
Yeah.
That's more money now. So
it's free money. For
so
them.
30 teams, basically 31 teams, have split $1.1 billion over the last 2 years. And then if the Raiders move, and if the Raiders move to Las Vegas, there's another $500 million that they're going to split. So of course they're going to say yes. They don't give a shit about the bottom line if it doesn't work in 5 years.
So the relocation fee is always $550,
somewhere 500
around there, more or less.
Yeah, half a billion.
Unbelievable. Where are you at with the actual games this week?
I don't know.
I mean, you're a big Miami guy.
Yeah, they got their ass kicked. They were lucky to make the playoffs. They had a lot of injuries.
Man, but you're happy to see him in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Finally, the Green Bay Dallas game is going to be a great game.
That's going to be fantastic. I can't call the Pittsburgh Kansas City game.
That's going to be a tough game. Mm-hmm. Now, because Pittsburgh looked amazing against Miami last week. They basically had 5 starters out in the defensive backfield, had special teamers back there, so they're not as good as they looked against Miami. And the Chiefs are home, but then you got Andy Reid, who always in a big game
always fucks up.
He always time management, does something crazy.
So we're just waiting for it.
I know.
You know your football, huh?
No, he's just so excited, right?
Yeah. Well, that and I'm a lifelong Broncos fan, so I love having Andy Reid in the AFC West because at the end of the game he'll have 3 timeouts and he'll call them within like between the 3-minute and the 2-minute warning, so then he has no timeouts for the last 2 minutes. He'll do some stupid shit every time. It's hilarious.
Lewis called all the games last week. I mean, not the hardest thing, but he's still went 4 for 4.
Last year, the road teams won those games in the early round, and this year it held 2. All the home
he
games.
nailed all 4. Yeah, who do you got, Lewis? Who do you got with Pittsburgh, Kansas City?
I'm still taking Kansas City.
Just for the home team?
For the home team. They've kind of been on a roll.
I understand that.
Defense has been looking good.
And the Steelers aren't great on the road. Mm-hmm. At home, they're monsters. So you never know. It's supposed to be really shitty weather. I don't know who that helps.
Right.
They're both used to that. Yeah, I would think they're both used to that.
No, like winter, like snowing and sleet and rain.
Sorry,
and
real
quick.
This actually just broke. The game has been flexed to the night. So now the Steelers are playing at 8:30 rather than...
Why?
Because of the
Sunday?
weather. They're saying the weather's going to be really bad.
No!
So now they're playing at night.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't want that. I'm going out Saturday night. I was going to miss the shitty New England Texans game. You don't even have to watch that.
No.
Is there anything better, though, when the weather's ridiculously shitty?
Yeah.
That's so much fun.
That's the NFL for you. Oh, we don't want the fans getting cold and getting wet.
The issue sometimes, though, is thunder.
I understand that.
They may cancel the game, and that would be a real
Not in the 70s, Vic.
No, hell
That's
no,
my new
baby.
bit. Not in the 70s. They didn't clear out stadiums because they thought there was lightning in the area. Not once.
My mom reminded me last week that she said in a hurricane in Miami, Auburn was playing Miami in like 73, and it was 85. It was a hurricane in Miami, and the Orange Bowl was packed. Oh my God. It was fun. And Auburn won the game 3-0 on a field goal. The fucker made like a 45-yard field goal in a hurricane. That was the only...
Well, because he kicked it straight backwards.
It looped around the curve of the earth and came back through.
I was trying to work that joke in my head. That's fine.
There you go.
I'll leave it to the professionals.
It's all good.
Good job, Brad.
Guys, I actually got to get going.
How about the other games really fast?
Okay.
The Patriots in Houston.
That's
the slam.
Yeah, you don't have to pick that one.
Well, all right, now we only got 2 left. Seattle, Atlanta.
Well, you got. I think you got to go with
You're
Atlanta.
going Patriots officially?
Yes, 100%.
Because I want to see how well
Patriots
you do
are gonna
again
kill
this
him.
week. And Lewis, his streak's alive. What do you got on Seattle, Atlanta?
Atlanta.
Yes.
They're home. Seattle's a bad road team.
Yeah, but Atlanta shits the bed too. Whenever they're supposed to do something great, they never come through.
They're in that dome. No Earl Thomas.
I got you.
Good Seattle defense. I know.
Jones.
I think Atlanta gets by this week and then gets knocked out next week.
I agree.
Hopefully.
And then finally, Green Bay, Dallas.
That's the game.
Just because
Aaron Rodgers
my
is on a
buddy,
roll.
just because my buddy in my fantasy football league is the biggest Dallas fan in the world, I can never pick Dallas for anything.
There you go.
I can never pick Dallas for anything, so I'm going to go Green Bay. Plus, they're hot. Rodgers is on a roll right now.
Unfortunately, if I could, and this pisses me off too as a Cowboys fan, Jordy Nelson was ruled out this morning, so he will not be playing in that game.
They got all their points last week without Jordy Nelson.
Yeah, he went out in the first quarter. He went out early.
I just don't like if the Cowboys do win. I don't like beating a team that has one of their stars injured. Like it kind of takes away from it.
Well, it's one thing to have Jordy Nelson out. It's not. It's not like it's the Raiders when they were down to their third string QB. That was just sad.
That was brutal.
That was just
Real bad.
First game ever.
Wait, so you're going to feel bad if Jordy Nelson is out and you guys beat the Packers?
I'll be happy. But it just takes a little bit away.
Not at all. Please. I want fucking Tom Brady to get hit by a car tonight before they play the Dolphins. And I'm like, too fucking bad. He shouldn't have walked into traffic.
I'm going to be the full healthy
I'm
team,
going
man.
again. That shit didn't happen in the 70s.
I know.
Are you kidding me?
I want the whole team out.
Yes. We come from a time when someone got fucked up on the field. They didn't all go down and start praying.
Yeah,
they were doing end zone dances.
Yeah, Michael
around
Irvin
the body.
wasn't moving on the Eagles field, and they were cheering him.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
And he's going to feel bad. Oh, my God, Lewis.
I'm sorry, man.
How do you feel bad if your team wins?
No.
trying to
I
take
want
the
them-
high road.
Listen, I just want to beat them at full strength.
That's what he's saying. Like he plays the game.
Yeah,
Like he's actually invested.
But you haven't played anybody good yet. We're going to be hearing that shit all.
Whatever.
Oh, good Lord. Too bad.
All right, so did you pick Seattle or Atlanta? I
picked Atlanta for that.
All right, so your picks are what, really fast?
Atlanta, Dallas, New England, and Kansas City.
Right.
And this is, let me just say, this is without spreads. We're not counting spreads.
No, I know.
Right. He's going to homer
Get a
across
little
the board.
angry.
Right. All right, Brad, we got to get you out of here. Levity Live tonight for Brad Williams. His comedy is great.
I worked with him in Gotham the last time he was here. We had a fucking killer weekend. It was outstanding. I can vouch for that first man.
Thank you.
For whatever reason, you might be on the fence and you're in the West Nyack area, go.
Yeah,
and Levity Live's a great club. They got great cookies. They'll make smoothies for you backstage, Brad.
Yeah, they will. I love it. And
I know that place pretty well.
In all sincerity, for all the birthday stuff, thank you, Opie.
Oh, no worries.
Thank you. This was great.
You blew out his budget for the rest of the year, but
Okay.
If you only knew.
No one else is allowed to have a birthday for the rest of the year.
We just wanted pizza and cake. I mean,
that's the best.
Any excuse to eat.
Awesome.
Nah, right on, Brad.
Thank you, guys.
Are we going to continue, or should we take?
No, you can continue.
Wow! Look at fucking Erock.
Keep dancing, monkey.
No one said we're supposed to do 3 1-hour breaks every day. That's crazy. It helps for you, right? But then Brad walks out awkwardly. Oh, now he's playing. Brad walks out to the sad music.
Kicking the balloon.
Kicking the balloons.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Brad.
That's very funny.
That's really. that's not right. All right, he's out. Shut the music off. Jesus.
Oh, that was hilarious.
One other football thing. You see what Bo Jackson said in the paper today? Talking about CTE, and if he knew, he would have never played football, and he would have just stayed with baseball.
Yeah, he was, he said he's got 3 kids and not playing football. You know, he was ready to go back to baseball full time, his last, year in football, and then he blew out his, hip.
Was that?
I think it was like his last game in football before he's going to retire from football and just concentrate on baseball.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
and then
he
he
had
couldn't play
decided,
baseball.
I saw the 30 for 30. Did they make that point? I guess maybe they
He
did.
said it in the article, though.
Yeah, it's
It said
part
in the
of the
article.
story.
It was the playoffs against, I think, the Bengals.
Might
One of
have
those
been.
Help me
teams.
out.
It might have been.
And it was just such a weird injury because they just thought it was like something he could come back from. And it turned out killing his hip or something?
Yeah, and he was never the same baseball player after that either. He came back, but he just wasn't the same. He bounced
did
around
2 or 3 years, I think.
He made the playoffs with the White Sox with the artificial hip. And was like pinch hitting some, DHing some maybe. I don't know how much he was playing. But he did get back in, I think, another season.
Right, but it was never the same after that hip injury.
Yeah.
And now he's saying that was going to be his last game. But it was the playoffs. If they won, he would have certainly
right. But he was going to quit football and just focus on baseball,
or whatever. Oh my God! And a lot of people say that his baseball skills were just ridiculous. If he would have just focused on baseball, I mean, he obviously did a hell of a job playing both sports.
He ran track his freshman year at Auburn.
Yeah,
too.
he did. And I forgot he was an Auburn guy.
Yeah, he ran track. I saw Herschel and Bo race against Harvey Glantz in the 100 meters, and Harvey Glantz was a gold medalist for Auburn.
Wow.
And a sprinter, and just seeing those two big 6'3", 235-pound guys, Herschel and Bo, and then Harvey Glantz is like the 6', 185 lean sprinter guy, and that was a hell of a 100-meter race. My freshman year, I think, or sophomore year, I think, 81.
Weren't they trying to get him for the Olympics too? Wasn't he that good?
He wanted to, but he liked baseball was his favorite. He won the state decathlon 2 years in a row as a junior and a senior in high school.
Was he around the same time as you down there?
I'm a year older, 1 year older.
Oh, okay.
And so, but I told the story on here before. He won the decathlon 2 years in a row and had enough points after 9 events. He would not do the 1,500 meter race at the end. He would just take a 0.
Why?
Because he was a sprinter and he didn't want to run the mile. He thought that was silly. And he was just so far ahead in the points, he would take a 0 on the 10th event and still won the state championship 2 years in a row. He could high jump 7 feet. At the time.
Kidding.
Yeah, roughly. Somewhere around in there. Yeah.
That 30 for 30 was amazing.
It was the whole thing.
And then to find out he just makes arrows now and with his bow.
Yeah, he's killing deer, man. Killing those deer. Fucking menaces.
But that's sad. But he's kind of pissed off about that whole CTE shit.
Brett Favre said a similar thing, though, didn't he? That if he had kids, that he probably wouldn't, knowing what he knows now, that he wouldn't encourage his son to play football.
That was already said.
But I think he has daughters. I don't know if he has a son.
Yeah, well, the NFL hid that stuff for a long time. Until Roger Goodell had to go in front of Congress and they basically just dressed him down and said, look, if you don't fucking, take care of this, we're going to do it.
Right. Yeah, it was way worse than the tobacco executive.
Yeah,
they
he's just like, there's no proof.
The whole, right.
And then when he got called out, then all of a sudden they started.
Well, HBO behind the scenes and the thing that the movie Concussion was about, all that stuff. The former player, the Harvard guy, he spearheaded that whole, all that research and just kept rattling the fucking cage till they finally had to goddamn address it. And now they act like they never even had the bad policy. Yeah. It's all about now we got to get them on the sideline and follow the protocol, and they're not going back in the game. You're the fucking dick that 5 years ago said that this didn't exist.
Oh, yeah, of course. There's no studies. Still looking at the studies.
It's crazy.
And every time we talk around this subject, I'm going to say it again. For them to ban marijuana in the NFL.
Jesus Christ.
Is so stupid at this point.
More Vicodin, less weed.
Exactly. Just pump them up with whatever so we can get them back on the field.
Here's a handful of Oxy, but don't hit that bong.
But what? You tested positive for weed?
Yeah.
Crazy how their logic.
Any other pro sport.
They're always 5-7 years behind. What's going on?
What is the marijuana thing about in the NFL? You know this shit a little more than me.
I don't know. They just, look, it's not tied in with the pharmaceutical companies right now. They still got a hold on that, and they don't want that shit out there.
Right.
That can help a lot of people where they don't have to take a pill.
Let the athletes across the board smoke their stupid weed.
I forgot. Well, plenty of comics. When the snowboarder, they tried to take his medal away because he was high. And everybody, all the comedians had jokes like, look, if you win a gold medal high, you deserve 2 gold medals. Right. If you can win an Olympic event stoned, hats off to you, fucker.
Especially a snowboarder.
Anything.
What do you think they're doing?
Well, exactly.
Oh, God, that shit writes itself. More breaking news. What do we got?
Speaking of weed.
Yes, Packers cornerback Sam Shields was just charged with marijuana possession. This broke about 3 hours ago.
So what are they going to do? Will they sit him?
Is he a starter?
They're probably going to have to sit him. He's 29. I'm not sure if he's a starter.
All right, but now I got to play the other. Now this is just a dumb person.
Yeah, to do this right before a playoff game is.
Yeah, you're so close to a playoff game.
I think it said he played in week 1 and then hadn't played since. Though he had a concussion in week 1 this year. Yeah, he's been on injury reserve the whole year.
I will take that back. He's not a dumb person.
He's been on IR, I believe.
Oh, okay. All right.
But what's the biggest upset you think? The chance of anything of the 4? Everybody's picking all the home teams. Yeah, if there's one that's going to be a surprise,
then those other 3 teams. If they won, if Seattle won, that's not a big surprise,
right?
If the Packers win, that's obviously not a big. And if the Steelers win, the only one would be the Texans, and there's no way.
That's the only,
unless Brady goes out with an injury early in the game. Yeah, and even then, the Texans got a great defense.
Yeah, but what's his name for the Patriots did all right in Brady's absence.
Garoppolo?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. He was all right. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that. Yeah, but no one had any tape on him. Now they got tape. They got film on him, so you never know.
Yeah, that's true.
But Brady never goes down, so that's not going to happen.
That's not what Giselle says.
No, I didn't jinx it. Okay, guaranteed if Brady friggin' goes out with a knee injury in the first quarter, they go, what happened? They go, there was a guy on the radio on Friday on the Opie Radio channel that's soon going to be probably something else. I don't know.
Thank you.
Not a knock at Opie. Not a knock at Opie at all.
Thanks for that.
Not a knock at Opie. And he said, "What? Yeah. You know, if he's not going to go down."
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think Belichick's going to curse me out in the press conference if they lose. That fucker said that.
Good old Belichick.
I don't think that what I just said is going to get up to New England into Brady's knee.
We're hurt in New England right now.
Huh?
So there might be some weird fucking energy going on.
You think so?
Yeah,
so
they're
someone
listening to us up there.
Well, someone from the Texans has to do it. Someone from the Texans.
If we stay on the radio long enough, people will now call and tell you to shut up.
Okay,
We're influencing the game.
Okay, but how am I jinxing it?
No, you're absolutely right.
I'm obviously with
No,
you.
I know, okay. But I'm just saying.
But there really are people that believe in this stuff.
That you can that they have the power to influence.
Yeah.
100%. It's like when the announcers during a football game say that the kicker hasn't missed in 20 times, and then bang, the kicker misses.
Yeah, but that
is kind of weird.
It's a little weird. That happens a lot.
No, it doesn't happen a lot. It doesn't happen a lot. Okay, the 50 times they say it, 49 times the guy makes it, and one he doesn't.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Everyone at the TV goes, "Don't say that." Now he's going to miss it, and it goes right through the uprights. 55-yarder wins the game in overtime, right through the uprights.
Okay, who's calling in? Somebody's calling.
Well, I want to put it my old friend who played for the Packers, who played for the Cowboys, Tyson Walter.
And the Redskins.
Thank you. At the end of his career, right?
Yeah.
You know Tyson well,
I know,
too.
absolutely.
Tyson's been a fan of hopefully the new show, but certainly other versions of this show for a real long time. We've hung many a times over the years. He just wrote me, he goes, I would never have played if I knew what I know now. Wow, I would never think Tyson would say that. He played center.
Yeah, especially with the linemen, because they say a lot of it happens in practice because you're going up against each other. You're constantly hitting helmets.
Sure.
Right.
You know, during practice, those three, because, you know, he was playing when Parcells was the coach.
Yeah, he was.
So, you know, they were running two-hour practices a day, and they were all in pads. This is before
2002-ish.
You can't only practice in pads a couple times, whatever the new rules are. So that's when most of that shit happens. And then also in college, high school, getting hit in the head.
And he just added NFL. Yeah, I don't think he'll mind. NFL is fucking criminal.
Well, they all tell you that. They're not in the best interest. The whole concussion story reveals the hypocrisy of what they're really caring about with these guys. They don't care. They're a fucking piece of meat. They're going to set them out there to sacrifice their bodies and minds, and then, you know, you get $1 million for it if hopefully you're not drooling on yourself at 50.
I've changed my tune. For a while there, I thought like football was going to get too fast, too strong, and that you would have to get rid of football or whatever. And then I realized that there'll always be someone that is willing to fucking play that sport.
Absolutely.
Even knowing what could happen to you down the road.
Sure.
Look, it's like someone that starts smoking at 20 years old. Or a teenager and just smokes. They know eventually something could happen. You could get cancer. Maybe you won't, but there's a good possibility you're going to die young. Right, whatever. I like it.
I don't get reception here. Otherwise, I would call using Wi-Fi.
Where is he?
I don't know.
Fucking Alaska.
I've lost touch with Tyson.
I saw him. I was down in Dallas a year ago. I was doing shows. We went to lunch together.
I think he might be back up, near Columbus now.
Ohio?
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I don't know. Where are you, Tyson? Are you listening? Where are you?
He can tell you.
Yeah, all right. Eric said we got to go line one.
All right.
I don't know if this is... my mouse is not... Is
that a euphemism?
Oh, my God. Can you answer the phones over there? Oh, wait, now
they're scrambling.
All right, I got it. Brendan, Long Island, go ahead. We got Vic Henley and Jim Florentine in studio today.
What's up, Opie?
Hey.
What's up, guys? About the relocation fee, it's actually looking to be $650 million, not $500 million.
Ooh.
They're looking to up it another $150, and they actually have 30 years to pay it off.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little less burden on the team, but the NFL is still making a shit ton of money.
Yeah, they're signing them up for a goddamn 30. You're on the hook for 30 years to pay off a big giant debt like that. I guess, yeah, it's 6, 1.5 dozen the other.
Spanos is expected to pay the $550 million relocation fee over 10 years rather than extend the payments beyond that for an additional $100 million. So,
okay.
Brendan.
So $55 million a year he'll pay for the next 10 years.
But he saves the $100 million if he pays it over
under 10. If it goes above 10 years, then he's got to throw in another $100 million.
So you're trying to say the fee is usually $650? Jesus.
If you choose the the long-term deal at $650, he's going to save $100 by going short term.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Good God. Wow. All right, Brendan.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you, buddy.
Talk to you later.
Let me say hi to Sean in New Hampshire. Sean.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey.
I've been listening to you since I was 13, 14 or so. When AAF days.
Don't say that.
I'm 35 years old.
Oh, Christ. Why are you doing this to me on a Friday?
Before he can even grow a beard. He's listening.
I'll send you a picture of my beard right now, Jimmy.
No, I'm saying before Opie can grow a beard.
You know what? Really fast before you say what you want to say, when I go out in public now, I will run into pretty old-looking guys, and then they'll go, and this is my son that I turned on to your show. He first started listening when he was in the crib, and now I'm looking at like an 18, 19-year-old kid with a full beard. I'm like, nice. Don't tell me that. Sure. I don't need to know that. I appreciate you listening, but I don't want to do
like that.
Oh, God,
I like it.
I'm just saying.
All right. It reminds us that we're alive.
Yeah, that's true. Sean, what do you...
I'm just saying. First of all, Florentine, real quick, are you the voice of Niall Standish on Crank Anchors?
No, that wasn't me.
Okay. Second thing, I will hunt you down if Brady gets hurt. Done. Fucking done.
I'll give you my address.
You won't have to hunt far.
I'll give you my address.
Exactly.
I love you, but
you know he lives in a haunted house.
Do you really think what I said that he's not going to do?
He's fucking around.
I'm just kidding. But the one urge that I've had in all this time listening to Opie on the radio, just fucking about drove some asshole off the road when I heard that. But anyways.
All right.
Go Patriots. Thanks, boys.
Yeah, go Patriots indeed. My last team.
Oh, yeah. You got one team left.
Well, he has 28. Yeah, he has 28. Of the 32 teams, he has 28.
God, I'm screaming I have 3. That's even embarrassing. I have 3. I'm down to the Patriots once again.
I like Tom Brady.
But I tapped out the Jets very early this year. My God. And the Bills wasn't... They were whatever.
Will the Packer playoff experience and the veteran leadership beat the rookie machine of Dallas? Will these rookies finally get in this playoff game and act like rookies?
No rookie has ever gone and won a Super Bowl like a rookie quarterback.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Roethlisberger
came close?
I thought Roethlisberger beat Seattle. Was that his second year?
It had to be a second year.
I don't know.
I don't think a rookie has ever started in a Super Bowl, from what I understand.
No, I don't know. They've made it to the championship game, and that's it.
Who?
I'm not sure. Marino's first year, he made it to the first round of the playoffs. I'm not sure who made it to the championship game, and no quarterback rookie has started a Super Bowl.
Fucking Marino is a fan of Florentine. And they're pals.
I know. He's talked about that before. Exactly.
I know.
Can you just see the two of them just hanging around South Beach, just wandering around Florentine and Dan Marino?
That's pretty fucking cool.
It's really cool. I know.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, you don't understand.
I got Jerry Cooney.
For 17 years when he played like every song. I think I may miss 2 games. One time, Bob Levy, one of his weddings, I'm not sure if it was the 3rd, 4th, or 5th.
Oh, my God, no.
One of them. I remember one time he said, I'm going to engage. I want to invite my wedding. I go, can I just skip this one? I'll go to the next one. That's what I sent back, you fucking asshole.
Exactly. How many is it for real?
No, he's at 3.
Holy shit.
And I was at 2 out of the 3.
All right.
So I guess it was his second one. He decided to get married on a Sunday. Yeah. I was in the wedding party, and the Dolphins were playing the Raiders. And I was so mad that I was going to miss the game that I had one of those little TVs with the antenna.
Yeah.
And they were lucky they were on regular TV that week. And I watched the game as I was getting announced or the wedding party when they came out with the girl. I had the TV and I was watching the game.
Perfect.
And during the first dance, when the wedding party has to come in, I was fucking watching over her shoulder.
But that had a kill.
No, people were pissed.
They were pissed.
Yeah,
I would think
come
that
on,
would
dude.
kill at a wedding.
Yeah, right.
I know you're not doing a bit, but I think people would have laughed at that.
No, and then the Dolphins getting blown out, and I was watching the whole time. People, what's the score? I'm like, motherfucker, don't worry about it. So I'm watching the whole. I'm waiting at the bar.
So now you're a rude, mad guy.
I'm rude. I'm fucking mad. I'm mad that he had it on that Sunday, you motherfucker. But that's the best way to have it for a comic, because then the other comics can come. My wedding was on a Sunday, but it was in July when I knew it wasn't football.
No, Lenny Marcus just got married on a Sunday.
Yeah,
just started to take money out of the envelope.
Right. Covering your bet that you lost. Right, let me just take another 20.
The best was at my wedding. Dice came to my wedding, and Dice just goes, "Come here." He goes, "Look, I see some of the people that are here, and you hang out with a bunch of degenerates." He goes, "Take this," and he gives me a wad of cash. He goes, "Put it in your pocket. I don't trust any of your friends."
Oh, so he wasn't
in a car. Yeah, he was just fucking around. Yeah. And then the best he goes after, he goes, "Look, I want to give you a word of advice." He goes, "I've been married a bunch of times." He goes, "Just know," he goes, "I'm not trying to ruin your day, whatever. This is a great day. This is awesome. Just know one day she is going to hate your guts." That's what he said. And then I called him up like 2.5 years later. I go, "Dice, I remember what you told me?" He goes, "No, what did I tell you?" I go, "Yeah." She's going, "Hey, like, well, it went down."
Yeah, it happened.
Yeah.
You're right. That's wonderful. That's a good friend. That's a damn good. That's a genuine good friend right there.
Did you see him on that cooking show?
No, everyone was talking about it. I got to go find clips. I meant to watch.
Shit, is it good?
What was so good about it?
He's just, because you know that.
Yeah,
he doesn't fit in. He's sitting at the table with everybody because they're talking about someone's cooking a meal and all these people around. And he's like, the guy's cooking chicken. He's like, yeah. He goes, I didn't eat chicken for years. He goes, but then they came out with that organized chicken. I'm like, maybe it's all right. They're like, organized. His wife's like, no, organic. Yeah. Whatever. They can run around a little. They can have a little fun. Let the chickens have a little fun before you eat them. I was fucking. They can have a little fun. Yeah, and then next week, like they show he told me about this. The coming attractions. Yeah. One of the guys that's with Brandy Glanville, whatever. It's like a guy friend. He keeps checking out Dice's wife, and Dice takes him aside, and they showed a clip. Like, dude, that's my woman. Yeah, I know. I go, no, I don't like you looking at her. What are you doing? It's like really fucking tense. Like he told me about that. He took the guy's side. And awesome. He ain't bullshitting either. He don't like that at all.
No, Dice doesn't fucking play.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah. And you just got to see him like they're all waiting at the table. Like, come on, where's the food? I'm hungry. It's great.
Food Network? Is it on the Food Network?
No, it's on Fox.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My Kitchen Rules? Is that what it is?
Something like that. Yeah. I thought it was such a stupid move when Trump got rid of Dice the first week.
And then Gilbert right after it.
Yeah, but I mean...
They weren't on the same year, I don't think.
I think they were.
I don't know. I don't think so, no. I think because Gilbert, I was watching when Gilbert was on.
Oh, all right. But, I mean, getting rid of Dice on The Apprentice week 1? What are you doing? It's a goof show. Who cares?
He got mad.
Maybe not give him the title, but you let him stay for a while because he's great TV.
Well, he got mad because he had to get up at 6 in the morning, and then Trump didn't have any bagels for him. Donnie, where are the bagels? What do you mean there's no bagels? We're in New York. Where are the bagels?
It's legitimate.
I know.
Completely.
Where are the
and we all know.
Perfectly fine question.
And we all know that Donnie might have some thin skin.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't like it.
He
don't question his buffet skills.
Well, I think it hurt the show. Yeah, I'm like, really? You kicked Dice off?
He was.
This is nonsense. No one really gives a fuck who The Apprentice is in the end.
No.
You just want good TV.
Vic was right, by the way.
Huh?
Vic was right. Gilbert was not on that season.
Yeah. They were.
Okay. Any other? The calls are lit, but anything worth taking? You said go to the calls. Get hammer. Sanchez rookie year?
No.
Did he?
He went to the championship game and
We're
lost.
saying Super Bowl.
Let's see.
I don't think he was a rookie. There might have been.
No,
he's not on that list right there.
No, Sanchez's first 2 years went to the championship game and lost.
Yeah, right.
His first 2 years in the league. But no one's ever made it to the Super Bowl as a rookie quarterback.
And Roethlisberger, youngest quarterback.
He was 1-1, yeah.
Youngest quarterback to win the Super Bowl second year.
All right. I thought that, I was off.
So you're, all right. All right, why don't we get some plugs in, take a break. Let's go to Vic first. Vic, what do you got?
I got LOL the first week in San Antonio, Texas, first week of February, and the first weekend in March with Ron White in Columbia, Charleston, and Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Nice. Real nice. Florentine.
My special, A Simple Man, is out, but you can get it up on iTunes, Amazon.com, and February 24, 25, I'll be in Governor's in Levittown, Long Island, and then the weekend before, Erie, Pennsylvania, Juniors.
Great. A couple of really good videos up on the YouTube channel, Opie Radio. We had Jerry Springer in here with Lionel. So
I listened to that show. It was good.
It was good, right?
Yeah.
So the video of them debating is up there. It's doing really well. People seem to be enjoying that one. And then we found out that it was Jerry Springer's birthday, and the Mad Cuban ran out of here to get him a birthday cake. So, and then we find out that Jerry was lying about his birthday. It wasn't next week. It's like a month from now. So it's a whole thing, and that video's up there.
Okay.
All right, so go check that out. Opie Radio on YouTube.
And your UFC video's up, too, I think.
Oh, Cody?
Yeah.
Talking about Dominic Cruz?
I believe so.
Yes. Yeah, Cody had a lot to say about Dominic Cruz, who he defeated for the championship, and basically thinks Dominic Cruz is chicken as far as not taking the rematch, and said some controversial things that actually are making the rounds out there on some of the sites. So, video's up there, Paulie?
Yeah.
Nice. What did you title it?
Cody Garbrandt on Dominic Cruz. I broke him.
I broke him.
That's some good smack talking.
You guys watch the UFC?
I just started.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It really is.
Did you watch Cody win the championship?
No.
The Ronda Rousey?
I didn't see that.
Pay-per-view where she got her ass handed to her? That was some good.
I saw the
You
the
gotta
fight
watch
afterwards.
Cody. I mean, he's not going to fight. He told us yesterday he's not going to fight for a few months. He's going to take a little time. He is fun to watch. He does dance moves and shit. And he hit Dominic Cruz, and then he points like, oh, like that had to hurt. He fucks around, but he's quick as all hell. A really good boxer. You watching, Vic?
No, I don't.
No desire.
I haven't. It's. I feel like I'm getting hit. When I'm watching, when they fucking elbow somebody to the temple or something, I'm like, yeah, just to fucking ooh.
It gets rough sometimes.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you get one of those. You're like, oh,
that's good.
Shit. You like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Because you're watching a boxing match, you pay for the pay-per-view, and they're just dancing around the whole time.
No.
You feel like you're wasting your time, but the UFC stuff.
They guarantee action.
No, when we were doing Bruno, and I'm the ring announcer, and it was amateur cage fighting. It was real cage fighting until Sasha went in there and fucked it all up. But there were 8 real matches, and I was ringside. I was going in and out of the octagon, and I mean, there was some brutal fucking shit, just banging their heads into the side of the fence post. You know, the octagon's crazy.
I gotta say, that was a great moment on this show.
Oh, when he came in here and he didn't see me?
Vic told this story off and on, off air, on air, and then Sasha comes in here and right away, hey!
Sasha hadn't seen me for like 8 years since we did that film.
He was in Bruno.
I know. It was a great scene.
When we started the ride. Yeah. And he went through the tunnel and got away, and I was out with the regular people.
He was stuck there as all hell's breaking loose. But Sasha completely remembered. I thought that was cool.
You can't get any more up close and personal to cage fighting than that, and it just, I don't know, it scared the piss out of me.
Really?
It's harsh. It's hardcore.
We sat relatively close a couple times, but not close enough where you really hear the sound of skins.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm watching foreheads hit posts and just, they put them in a submission hold and right in front of me, 18 inches from my face. And I'm thinking, this guy's arm is going to snap in front of me and I'm going to see bone come through the skin. And that's just, woof, for me. I'm too much of a wuss.
You have that video up, too, on the Bruno ending.
Oh, no, yeah, I know. Yeah, we could send that out again. All right, we're going to continue with Vic Henley and Jim Florentine. Stay there.
Opie Radio is back.
Well, you were the one who turned me onto the band. I turned him onto the band, Blackberry Smoke. And when you were up there in Cleveland for a little while, you were telling me you were going to go to the show. So I text Vic. I'm like, "Fuck, have fun at the show." And then it turns out you were sick. Or
my girl's twins got strep throat. They got strep throat the day of the show. She had to take them to the doctor and came back and penicillin and the whole thing. And we couldn't get a babysitter, and I missed going to the show.
Why couldn't you go?
I know. So it was well, I chose naked fun later.
I'm kind of with you.
The show ends at 11. You could have been home by 11:30.
I know. You're right.
I'm kind of with you.
I
don't see a reason why both of us have to stay here.
Believe me, I threw out how contagious it is, and maybe I should just remove myself from the premises. I don't want to get strep throat. Right. It didn't work. No, I was called upon to run a bunch of errands and do a bunch of chores.
Oh, sure.
So
yeah.
I was running the ambulance service. I ain't got to let this down.
What would your move be to get out of that situation?
Look, I can't catch it.
Master.
I can't catch it. I mean,
Yeah.
I go, plus, the band said something, I don't know if they meant it or not when I was on Opie, that I can introduce them if they come to Cleveland.
I was going to pull something like that. I was going to create
So now if I don't show up.
Contact with the band.
No, I was texting back and forth, and I was going to create a fake, I need to record some stuff backstage and talk to them so we can play it in the future.
Oh, that would be nice.
And I would have gotten caught.
Honestly, that show was online. It's the first concert I actually watched online. Live streaming on YouTube, but their audio was too low. I couldn't get any fucking volume, and I wasn't going to, take over the TV to get the volume.
I was coming through, going to the Atlanta airport Wednesday, and I heard the whippoorwill, and it was raining, and it was just the perfect setting to be rolling through the South in the middle of kind of bumfuck nowhere, and I heard the whippoorwill, and it was kind of misty rain outside. I'm like,
I still don't know a lot about the whippoorwill.
That's my favorite album.
It's a good one.
Even better than the one that's out right now?
Yeah, and the new one's my second favorite.
Yeah. I Ain't Got the Blues. That's a fucking great. I know it's great. It's wonderful. It's really, really. It's a toe tapper.
Ain't Much Left of Me is about a divorce and just losing everything. Is a fucking great one.
That's a
good one.
That's a good one.
They're good all the way around.
And then the other thing, speaking of music, U2 was supposed to put out an album. And then they postponed it because of Trump, and I still don't know why. Did they have a Trump song in there or something?
No, they said the world has changed, so they shouldn't release it now. I don't know. Are they going to rewrite some lyrics?
Maybe they feel like they got to write another song.
Sounds like a lot of big people heard the record and said it's shit.
Ooh.
Go back in and record a few more and blame it on Trump.
Wow.
That's what it sounds like. Like the last one that got leaked or whatever, and they put it out and had no response, and people were pissed that it was in their iTunes.
Oh, remember that?
Yeah. It's still in mine, too. I'm like, I don't know how to get it out of there. But I won't listen to it on fucking principle.
Of course. I will not take force
feed me this fucking shit.
No, hell no. I'm with you. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you send the Joshua Tree for free? That was a good record.
Then we can talk.
I didn't have any money then. I had to fucking steal it from Columbia House and put a wrong name down. Give me that record. I don't want your shit new one.
Did you steal from Columbia House more than once?
I'm Bernie Madoff of Columbia House.
Yeah, I did too.
A Ponzi scheme going.
Me too.
Let's just say if you had a paper route, you knew the Columbia boxes.
I had them going to different.
Oh, really?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Nice.
You're one of 7 and very poor. I'm safe, right? I was 12.
What's the statute of limitations
on stealing? Yeah,
stealing mail. I know you can't get in trouble.
You might have knew what those boxes look like.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I had them going to girls' dorms all over Auburn University.
Oh, then I played that game. Certainly. Yeah, sure. We all played that game. Go to the headline on this really fast. It says U2 postpone new album to better address the Trump presidency. I'm with Florentine.
I agree.
I think they found a reason maybe to go back in and pump this thing up a little bit. They've had a help.
Meanwhile, Bono and Trump are going to be doing some fucking charity thing together. Bono's going to be at the White House.
Trump is going to do something with Bono?
They'll eventually, look, DiCaprio already met with them. All these people, all his enemies are going to come. He'll come around. He'll meet them halfway. He doesn't hate Bono because Bono wants to save fucking Africa. He's like, all right, we'll give you some money for that, whatever your cause is.
Are you guys ready?
Sit down with Bono.
You guys ready for this? 7 days out, right? 7-8 days out. And it begins.
Till the world is the end of the world.
You think he makes it through all 4 years? That's my question today.
Someone yelled out in the middle of my show with Kathleen in Macon, Georgia, in the middle of my set the other night. I was doing a Trump joke, and somebody yelled out, he'll either quit or stop, or somebody yelled out something. And
Guy's been a businessman fucking forever. He's not quitting.
Yeah. That's what I would think.
You think he makes all 4 years?
Unless some crazy...
He's not doing 8. Just stop with that.
No,
I know he's saying that.
He'll probably be too old at that point because he's 70 now, so 74 might be tough.
Or maybe he just doesn't want to deal with it at that point. Although he's going to like the attention.
Oh, he's going to love the attention.
He loves the attention.
Unless he does something completely wrong that he can get impeached for. Other than that, he's not quitting.
Well, the track record, right? We're only one.
When all the shit. The press was the one who was telling him to quit. He's like, yeah, please, I'm not going to quit.
Well, it's more of that, though. People are saying there's going to be a lot of, controversy with his presidency that could lead to some things where he's got problems.
Look, as long as he knows, now
he ain't stepping down.
He's not. he's going to realize, all right, I can't pull off any illegal shit. If he did it in the past, whatever, when he's building buildings, everyone's going to be watching me. So if this is an impeachable thing, I can't do this at this point. I think he's going to be smart enough not to do that shit.
Yeah, well,
where he's going to love. Look, he's the most important person in the world. He loves that. He loves the attention. He's not just going to let go. I'm quitting. I'm going to go back to run. You know,
he is really going to embrace the leader of the free world category. Oh, he's going to have it on a cape,
without doubt.
Fuck that. The red hats. He's going with capes next.
Scepters.
Or crowns.
He's got the scepters.
Crowns.
He's holding the orb.
Yeah,
it's my favorite.
Very nice. What about that old dude he fired from the inauguration? The announcer guy? Do we know why that?
Well, did he fire him?
I guess they're blaming Trump on that.
Yeah, look,
the guy's been calling the inauguration or the parade forever. And
if Trump fired him, if he really fired him, which he probably did, and it's probably more fake news. You know, Trump would have had a tweet out there going, "I didn't do that."
That's your point.
Whatever. So that didn't even come on his radar. That guy.
I don't know the details of that.
I don't know either.
They're kind of leaving that out when they report on this. And then some kind of local affiliate grabbed the guy and said, "Oh well, you could do something for our little TV station."
I wonder if, like, Obama came out and danced to, I think, Beyonce sang "At Last," and and they came out there and danced. You know, I wonder what him and Melania are going. Who's going to sing what, and what are they going to come out and dance to?
Kid Rock.
You think? Only God knows.
Yeah,
that's a great song.
That is a wonderful song.
Or maybe what's the one with Sheryl Crow?
Oh, I saw I had your picture.
Yeah.
Take a picture. Oh no, take a picture with filter.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Or maybe Cowboy. Cowboy would be a good one with Trump.
Oh, that'd be perfect too. That would also fit.
I'm a cowboy. I'm gonna have to play some Kid Rock next week on the show.
Only God knows.
That one album is amazing. Absolutely.
The first one's great.
Speaking of watching things, I am 5 weeks clear of Oak Island.
Oh yeah, I don't know anything either.
5 weeks.
Yeah. Hitler. I jumped on the Hitler train.
Oh, we were talking about Hitler on the elevator.
Yeah.
Because somebody from the Howard Stern show, I actually get along with a lot of the guys over there, and they were talking Oak Island on the elevator first, and then we moved on to Hitler. Because for some reason today, the elevator had to stop at every fucking floor.
I love it when that happens.
Forever.
Sure.
But the whole elevator is all in on just beating the shit out of Oak Island at this point.
Well, because it's ridiculous.
And the one guy said what I said. If they actually find something, it's going to be all over the news. So don't watch the show.
If you can find out who's going to win on Dancing for the Stars or Dancing before it actually happens, then I'm sure we would find out.
Do you watch this Oak Island?
No.
It's stupid.
Vic tries to defend himself, but he turned me on to the show, and I was buying it that day like this was a pretty good show. They're not finding anything.
Is this one of looking for gold or something?
Yeah, there's some secret hidden treasure thing on an island outside of Nova Scotia and Canada and blah, blah, blah.
How about they're looking for the Ark of the Covenant?
Why, you don't just fast forward through the whole thing to see if they find anything each episode? Wouldn't it be easier?
I don't know. The brothers have a nice dynamic. It's awful.
That's what I would do.
I got stuck in bad weather, and they ran, like a Saturday afternoon. I couldn't do anything and saw like 6 or 7 of them. Came in here and told him about it, and he took that as a ringing endorsement.
Yes, I did.
And I was like, no, it's not a ringing endorsement. I got stuck and watched this fucking bizarre-ass thing. Yeah. And then he comes in, and now it's my fault for putting him on. Because you don't learn anything. It's horribly frustrating and stupid. They'll pull up a piece of wood every now and then or something.
They found one Spanish coin from 1689, I think.
And how much is that worth?
Who knows? They haven't even said that.
Yeah. I think the A&E people, or A&E, or History Channel, whatever, one of these fucking channels, I think they're like, holy fuck, these idiots aren't finding anything. So if somebody drop a rare coin on the beach,
it's a good idea.
So they can find it with their dumb metal detector.
It's nice,
But I misunderstood Vic. So let me tell you my side of the story. I thought this was supposed to be an amazing show. So I binge watched 4 seasons. During a long weekend. I blew off my family and everything for this show. As they talk about the money pit and the booby traps.
He's like, you fucking did this to me. I'm like, you did it to yourself. I nowhere said, ooh, you should watch this. It's great. I was bitching that I got stuck for 5 or 6 hours. I didn't say go watch 5 years of this shit.
And then the dynamics of the two brothers. The one, he's in the oil business, so he actually has the money. And his other brother, he's a postman, So the one brother is certainly a lot more successful. And the postman brother is the one that really believes and wants to stay away on Oak Island, and the other
one's writing checks, funding his dream.
He's writing checks, funding more of his dream, and wants out of there bad, but feels bad for his brother. So you get that dynamic too. But if I have to hear about that stupid money pit and the booby traps one more time,
it's just ridiculous.
No, but I'm 5 weeks clear, man.
With the Hitler, then Hunting Hitler comes on right after this, and so I switched from that to because they're convinced that Hitler escaped and was never in the bunker and lived in Spain for a while, and then ended up in either Argentina or Paraguay or somewhere like that.
And there's a TV show about that.
It's called Hunting Hitler. Yeah, it comes on after Oak Island. So if you really want to, somebody actually wrote to me on Twitter and said, "Wouldn't it be great if they found Hitler on Oak Island?" That'd be the greatest thing in the world. They just find a petrified mustache down in the money pit somewhere.
I think my brain would explode if that happened.
That's what they should do, is find some fucking Nazi memorabilia in the money pit.
We were talking about ghosts yesterday in Savannah, and one of my buddies is driving down to Florida for the rest of the winter, and he's stopping in Savannah for the old ghost tours.
Sure.
You guys weren't here yesterday when we were talking about ghosts. Do you actually believe in ghosts?
At the Macon Opera House in Macon, Georgia, this past Friday with Kathleen Madigan, that's the first thing Kathleen asks everybody in these old theaters is, are they haunted? And 9 times out of 10, the people say yeah, and they'll go right into the story. And the guy in Macon said that one's haunted for sure.
Did you feel anything in there?
And he had pictures of the guy's the story where the guy he would volunteer all the time at the theater in the 70s, and but he was depressed, and he went up in the way up in the top, like balcony, weird bell tower area where nobody knew he was up in the attic, so to speak, and drank a big bottle of whiskey and took a handful of pills and accidentally just OD'd and died.
Wow.
So now they say that Donald, he's in the theater all the time, and he said he's a good go. He doesn't like it if you disrespect the theater. So he might fuck with you.
Who doesn't like it?
The ghost. That's what.
Now, who said that he doesn't like it?
The manager of the theater.
Well, how does the manager know? Did he talk to Donald?
That's what he said.
And how about Donald disrespected the place
by accidentally dying in the theater? Sure,
and creeping everyone out for the rest of the time.
That's easy for the manager to say. The ghost doesn't like it, disrespect it. So don't bring in your own liquor.
Right. Yeah.
Don't piss on the floor.
Of course, he's lazy.
Why doesn't he just say Donald wants you to pay an extra $20 a ticket? To help the owner out. Yeah, why doesn't he throw that in there?
You've been hanging around here for years for free.
It's not
about you carry your weight now.
It's from the. I thought to me, it's always the ghost should be from the 1800s or something. And this dude's from like 74. I thought that was kind of odd.
Well, we did our talking about ghosts yesterday. I'm like, why are they always wearing clothes? And then we found fucking ghosts online that are naked.
Really?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
That's a nice little treat.
That is a good little treat.
Do you believe in ghosts?
No, I don't know.
Like I said yesterday, I'm rehashing, but when I'm in old houses or old places, I get a fucking feeling. But I think that's just because of the decor and the lights are different, and you just
it's old and it's creaky, and you hear noises because it's it's got it was built in 1910, right? So the shit's old, so it's going to creak, the wind and all that stuff.
And that gets into your head and makes you all.
Did you like the ghost stories growing up? Like sitting around the campfire, any of the gruesome?
Man, I mean, if we're in the woods and we're telling ghost stories, I'll still be fucking freaked out.
Yeah.
And then you got to take a piss and walk away from the fire into the darkness. Yeah, I'm not happy about that.
You ever read the books, ghost story books?
No.
When I was in like 5th, 6th grade, there was a book called 13 Alabama Ghosts and Jeffrey, and it was just someone had gone all over the state of Alabama and found and just, collected all these ghost stories about these various ghosts at these homes and stories and train tracks and weird ass shit. There it is right there.
13 Alabama Ghosts.
And Jeffrey.
Why and Jeffrey?
Because Jeffrey was the personal ghost of the lady who wrote the book. So that was the first ghost she encountered. She lived in some old house and encountered the ghost named Jeffrey, and it made her believe in ghosts, so she decided to travel around the state and collect all the ghost stories.
And how did she know the ghost's name was Jeffrey?
I was in the 5th grade. You're asking me to go way back.
Did Jeffrey say, don't disrespect the book?
Yes. Jeffrey said, please respect.
Yeah. Put a cover on it so you don't.
All right, let me... Oh, here we go again. The phones are lit again. Mike in Ontario.
I love Jim Pointy.
Oh, who doesn't? He came in here with the heavy hands, too. Knockout punches today. Mikey, what do you got?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Hey,
you're talking about Oak Island. I watched that show, too, and it's all a bunch of phony baloney. I love the show Gold Rush, but I fell in the same sort of trap. That fat bastard with the beard, Todd Hoffman, if you watch the credits, he's actually the creator of that show. He sold the idea to Discovery to sell that show to them.
So it's the same kind of thing. They're just hunting for gold every week and not finding any.
Well, no, the thing is, the truth is, he has made far more money, millions of dollars from discovery than he has finding gold.
Sure.
He bought the idea.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
the show's taken off, but guys made more money from them than he has for actually digging gold.
Oh, I think that's the case with Oak Island now, because that's kind of ahead. As much as I make fun of it, seems like a lot of people are watching it. So
absolutely, it sells.
Yeah.
It's viewers. It gets viewers for sure.
Right on.
It's all phony.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Speaking of these type of shows, Shuli in the elevator was telling me about one where they take metal detectors into the frozen oceans or something. Have you heard of this show?
No.
And they cut a hole and they go down with their big giant metal detectors and they're just sucking shit up off the he said ocean floor. But he's going into the frozen oceans, though.
I've seen him mining the gold in Alaska in the frozen ocean, but I don't know if that's that same show.
He told me the name of the show, and of course I forgot.
Is it American Digger?
American what?
Digger.
I didn't. The headphones are a little messed up.
Why is that funny?
They're always so childish.
Because we are horrible piles of shit human beings.
No, it is. I believe me. I know.
Not to take away from you, but why is that instantly
I was ready. I was ready with the repeat.
Because I think inside you just have a big piece of you that just is not grown up yet.
No.
And go from the easy ones to the funnier ones.
Of course, right.
Why? What's American Digger or Diggers about there, Erock?
That's just hillbillies roaming around outside.
It's on the Spike channel. I didn't even know that was still
This
around.
one was metal detectors, ocean, cutting holes in the ice to get to where they need to be. Oh, please, someone help me out with this.
I'm telling you, it's
check
one
our
of those
Twitter
gold
Opie
mining
show
shows.
and see if they come up with the answer. Let's say hi to Chuck. Is it the Chuck?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. This is the ghost of racist past.
He's been sitting on that one.
Do you hate radio shows that talk about ghosts?
I just don't believe in ghosts for shit. I really don't. I think that people think that shit up. They might hear noises and stuff, but I just don't believe in it.
Yeah,
I ain't never been scared by a ghost, and I've been in all kinds of shit.
Well, there's so many people that swear by it, say, no, this happened to me, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, officially, we've never, proved that ghosts are real.
Well, if there was really ghosts, they'd be all over the fucking place.
You think? It'd be on the front page of Yahoo, that's for sure.
Hell yeah. There'd be ghosts in the White House. There'd be ghosts everywhere.
Why are you a little slow today, Chuck?
Yeah, you sound tired.
Yeah, because you were just on the other day all chipper.
When I went down to that fucking ball game in Tampa and it was cold down there.
Yeah.
It wasn't that cold, but that cold in Florida is a different kind of cold. Got me sick as hell.
It wasn't the weather.
I can't get over it.
It wasn't the weather, Chuck.
Is that what it is?
No.
Well, something got me.
You were hanging out with those goddamn Alabama fans, Chuck. That's your problem right there. You caught something.
I wasn't no Alabama fan. I was glad to see Clemson whip their ass.
Oh, I watched it with my mom. There's nothing better than an 83-year-old woman cussing Saban out in the middle of the fourth quarter. Oh, yeah. Just loving it.
I tell you what, Vic, if you'd have seen that motherfucker walking off the field with his tail between his legs, it looked like he's about to fucking cry.
Oh, I know, and that's when Gloria was. I thought she was going to cry in happiness, watching how miserably angry he was. I haven't seen her. I thought somebody gave her an endorphin injection. She was jumping around, going crazy.
Did she think it was a hoot?
She did. Thought it was just scream. I don't look at you. What are you mad about? Just screaming at the television. I'm like, mother, he can't hear you.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about the ball games this weekend?
We went over them.
I know New England's going to win for sure, probably.
Yeah, but that's always when something weird happens.
That's going to be a tough one.
Though, huh?
Not without a good quarterback with the Texans. If they had somebody decent,
right,
then maybe. But
yeah, that's too bad.
Well, They shot their wad when they got that cocksucker from Denver. He ain't worth a fuck.
Yeah, that was a $78 million mistake. $37 million of it guaranteed.
Yeah, 37 guaranteed.
Like
yeah,
that.
well, that's the going rate for quarterbacks, 18 to 20 million if you're a starting quarterback. That's why Ryan Fitzpatrick held out that long with the Jets, and they only gave him 12 for 1 year.
Yeah.
He wanted like 2 year or 3 years, 45 million or 48. They're like, no, you're getting one,
exactly.
and that's why he came in like June.
Didn't make that deal.
No, the Jets knew. Like, we're not giving you 3. You had a career year. It was the only good year you ever had.
Right. Why can't they find more good quarterbacks? What is that about?
It's just not. It's not easy for these guys. You know, it's
just big transition when you go from college to the NFL.
And how is Watson that just won the national championship and was in the Heisman finalist 2 years in a row? How is he not the number one quarterback prospect? And he's not.
I don't. They're going to take that fucking cocksucker from Carolina,
That's right.
and he played 1 fucking year.
Yeah, 1 year. His name's Tubaliski but he's supposed to be the number one prospect, not the goddamn Heisman finalist national championship winner who beat the toughest defense in college football ever, practically, and he's not the number one prospect. Makes no sense.
When these college guys come in, they say the league is way faster than the NFL.
Yeah, right.
So they're not used to that speed. They're playing with guys that are going to go back and work at Home Depot as soon as they get out of college. So you're not playing with the best. You're playing with the best athletes. And it's basically like, you don't know. It's still a crapshoot. It's almost like guys that start doing comedy in like Cleveland that are like great in Cleveland and they have to come to New York City or the Comedy Store in LA. How many of it goes, that's the real pros. That's the, not that Cleveland's not a real audience, but
it's the
big time. So now you're going to play with the big boys. Let's see how many can, slip through the cracks and actually make it. And most of them are just going to go back to Cleveland and go, no, shit, I can't make it here. So that's how it is in the NFL. You don't know.
But it seems like all the other positions in the NFL, they have plenty of players. It just seems like the quarterback position. What other position?
But no,
is lacking. Yes, Lewis, I see you raising your hand.
The cornerback position also is probably one of the hardest positions to transition from, because the wide receiver knows where he's going. He knows his route. But as a cornerback, you have to come in from college and start guarding these amazing wide receivers, and you don't really know where they're going. You just know what your assignment is. And a lot of rookie cornerbacks have that issue.
And the speed. Speed, too, with the receivers against them. Yeah.
So much different.
Trubisky.
I think the guy from Clemson is going to turn out to be kind of like the guy that came from Florida State and went to Tampa Bay.
Well, he's got a good future. Jameis Winston, he's improved the first 2 years he's been playing. They all say he's a franchise quarterback, that they did not make a mistake with him. I believe.
Well, we don't know. I think the third year is when you're really going to tell with him.
How about the Hail Mary? How about the Hail Mary fucker from Green Bay? Can they beat Dallas? They lost their receiver.
That Hail Mary, Joe Buck called it. Were you watching that game with Aaron Rodgers? He called it.
Did he say they're going to get it?
Yeah, I forgot exactly what he said, but he basically said that
watch out for this.
Yeah, if we could find the call, he pretty much.
Well, because he did it like 2 or 3 times last year. Yeah. They said he throws it up really high, like so high that the cornerbacks aren't used to that in practice at all. It's usually like a pass, and when it's up there, it's almost like a punt coming down, and his receivers are ready for it, but the cornerbacks are like, "What the fuck is this?"
But usually,
and they can't time it, and they can't time it right.
Right.
Now here it goes.
They said Gordy Nelson, that good receiver for Green Bay, he's definitely out with ribs.
Is this
that may help Dallas?
Oh, hold on, Chuck. Sorry to interrupt you. This is Joe Buck, I think. Push this real fast.
Giants looking for a stop.
Coming to you live from the Rocket Mortgage Studio.
They're going to air it out. Rodgers does this better than anybody. End zone. Touchdown!
Good old Cobb. Does it better than anybody.
Yeah, true.
I mean, it was,
good enough.
Yeah, good enough, I guess. Who's on the hotline, Eric, that keeps calling in, by the way? What else, Chuck?
Randall Cobb.
Well, y'all think Pittsburgh can win?
Sure.
Yeah, that's a toss-up, that game.
Is Atlanta going to choke out, Vic?
That's what I said earlier. They have a propensity to do that, and if that's who I think is going to go down of the 4.
Because, really?
I'd be scared to bet on Atlanta, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't touch it. Those fans, they love the Falcons when the Falcons are winning, but they're very fair weather down there. And I'm sure I'll get yelled at for saying that, but that's
Hey, before I go, did you say you were going to be with Ron in Columbia? Is that South Carolina?
That's South Carolina, Columbia, and North Charleston, and then Fayetteville, North Carolina. It's March, whatever the first weekend in March is, the Thursday, Friday, Saturday there.
You been to Fayetteville before?
Yes, I have. I've played the college there a couple of times.
That's that Army base fucker down there. They raise them.
Yeah, that's true. That is a party-ass town.
I don't like weak Chuck.
No, he's not. He's
I know. He's not that aggressive. He's nice.
No, I don't like this.
He's nice. What are you guys thinking of 4 games? I'm like, wait a minute.
Get on some meds.
Hey, man,
and start talking about the blacks like you like to do.
Looks like one of the gays.
Right.
You could finger me right now, and I wouldn't put up a fight.
He's hurt. Chuck is hurt. Oh, he's got a little dehydration. He's weak.
That's true.
All right, Chuck, hold on.
All right, man. Y'all have a good weekend. I'm going to get off here and let y'all talk.
All right, hang in there, buddy. I got Dr. Steve on the hotline. Dr. Steve, how are you, buddy?
Good. How are you guys today?
We're good, man. What do you got?
Hey, you were talking about these shitty shows, and I just wondered if you'd seen one called Mountain Monsters.
No, I've seen Mountain Men.
I laugh because I haven't even heard the title.
No, I don't know what.
No, this is the greatest. You have to check this shit out. It's a bunch of guys from around here, and they're all country boys, and they're all enthused about finding Bigfoot. And they set these traps for them, right?
Yeah.
And they have all these elaborate traps. They get out there, and it's beautiful craftsmanship. And they're just yelling, and they're running around in the woods with guns in the middle of the night. They're going to fucking kill somebody. Well, so one show, they were going to trap Chupacabra, and they said that they heard Chupacabras out there, and they went to the trap, and it was all busted open, and their explanation was that that Chupacabra was Bigfoot's pet, and Bigfoot let him out.
Okay, right. He freed him.
Jesus.
The greatest fucking show you've ever seen.
Oh, look at these guys.
And they are absolutely serious, 100% serious.
They look like they ought to belong on the cover of an Ozark Mountain Daredevils record.
I know. The only time that they ever actually saw anything real, a bunch of rednecks were out in the woods fucking with them, and they almost shot them.
Wow. Erock, I got to put Westworld on hold. I'm sorry. I'm in.
Sold to the man from the Tri-Cities.
Mountain Monsters. Monsters Uncaged. I am so in. What channel again?
I have no idea.
All right, I am finding this.
There it is. Right
I was
there.
this close, Erock, to starting Westworld this weekend.
Sure.
But Mountain Monsters sounds like a good time.
You think these guys voted for Trump?
I don't know. Do you think they've ever voted for anything?
Right.
Yes, exactly. How often do they come down out of the holler is what I want to know, much less voting.
They don't want their name out there because the revenuers will find them.
Exactly, Steve.
Yeah, they're living in their own little country out there.
They don't need to vote.
Oh, they got their own rules
exactly.
out there. All right, Steve. Anything else?
All right. Nope, that's it.
Okay.
Check out my show on demand. And have a great weekend.
Yeah, right on. Weird Medicine with Dr. Steve. Yeah.
Real quick, the guy hung up, but I think he had the name of the show that you were looking for.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Okay.
I was going to go to his call, Bering Sea Gold.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Yeah.
You've seen?
Yes. I just couldn't think of the name either, like you did.
So Shirley said this show's pretty damn good. Are they finding anything?
It's like anything else. It's a gold mining show, and so sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. They're following 3 or 4 different groups, and they go around, and they're running a dredge and a hole. They're sucking it out of underneath the Arctic Ocean. Yeah.
So they just find a hole where they think they might have some action?
Exactly.
Oh, that's what
channel goes down there. He goes down there with the special diving suit, and he's sucking it all up like a giant vacuum cleaner. He's got like a shop vac of a lifetime,
right?
And he's down on the ocean floor in the Arctic Ocean, sucking up, and it's sending it all back up to the surface, and they sift through there and find the gold.
And going through the hole in the ice.
Yeah, there's the guy with the nugget right there.
How far down do they go?
I don't know. About 100 feet, maybe. Not even that.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
No, I haven't seen an episode of this. When you said that, I'm like, this is ringing a bell. And then I thought it was the other show, the Gold Rush show. But there's several mining shows.
Right.
Once they find something, they'll fucking duplicate the shit out of it. So.
I think I got to go Mountain Monsters. That sounds like that's right up my alley. I think
that's there's like 6 of these shows now.
Yeah.
Looking for different shows.
Yeah.
The Oak Island.
Totally.
No comics getting sitcoms, their own shows. This is what's on.
Right. Get a metal detector.
I know. I'm telling you.
Well, there's more than one little people show
in the subways. I don't know. There you go. There's a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're giving them out like candy, really. If you have a metal detector.
That's not the only little person show. There's a whole bunch of little people shows.
I'm good.
I know.
I got the main one.
All right.
Little
Divas.
Nah,
I'm telling you, you'll get suckered in on Little Divas if you're not careful. Yes.
Really?
Yes. Little Divas is where they found a bunch of little women, and they're all skanky, nasty, like the Real Housewives.
Right.
So they basically just found a little people version of the Real Housewives, just to show that the Little Divas can be just as shitty and skanky as Big Divas.
Right.
It's fascinating. Okay.
How was it being back home with your mom for a while?
It was great. Just hanging out in Oxford, Alabama, going to Cracker Barrel. That's all there is to do. Sit there at noon going, where you want to go eat later? I don't know. Where you want to go eat? It looks like it's going to rain out there. You think it's going to rain? I don't know. What's going to happen? It's going to be 27. Hang on. That's my other phone.
She's got an other phone?
She still has a landline.
Well, she got a good boy phone and a bad boy phone?
No, she just Walter White.
Yeah. Why does she have
she's got a cell phone and a landline. She's never gotten rid of the landline, and so all they do is call each other. It's all these little ladies, and none of them have any husbands, and some of them can drive at night, and some of them can drive only during the day, and some of them don't leave the house, and they just sit there and call each other all day long, saying basically nothing, talking football, which is hilarious to find a bunch of 80-year-old women going, I'm telling you, I can't believe he lured them in on that blitz. He just dumped it right over that tight end's head. I can't believe you just let him run free like that. You got to check that man at the line of scrimmage. So it's weird shit that they talk about because there's nothing else to do in Alabama.
And A&E just signed him for 12 episodes. I would watch that show.
My mom and my Aunt Patsy
talking college football with other 80-year-olds. Yes. Is your room still there?
No, she's in a different house than the one I drove by the house I grew up in, and she had this giant thing that went on the mailbox every year. So like at Thanksgiving, we had this big giant wooden turkey that would sit over the top of the mailbox to make the mailbox look like a turkey.
Right.
And then there was another one at Christmas that had Santa on it. And then there was the regular one that just sat there the other 10 months of the year that looked like a little cottage thing. And we moved out of that house 12, 13 years ago, and I drove by the house I grew up in, and it was still sitting on the goddamn mailbox post.
Really?
Because I went home and I'm like, I've seen the turkey and the Santa Claus. Did you leave? She goes, oh yeah, I left that on that polo thing. She goes, it probably looks horrible, doesn't it? It's 12 years. I go, yeah, it's fucking rotted to shit, but it's still on the mailbox.
Weird.
She goes, you should have gone up there and knocked on the door and told them to get that shit out of there. But that's my mom. Like, just go up to a stranger and go, that used to be ours. You need to get that shit off the mailbox. Right. It's looking bad. But they fenced in the backyard of the house I grew up in. That set her off. That just made her lose it.
Why?
Yeah.
That got her mad.
She sold the house.
Because it doesn't look good anymore. That's a corner lot. You can't fence in that yard. It diminishes the whole beauty of the property. I'm like, Mother, no one's ever said diminishes the beauty of the property about fucking Oxford Lake, Alabama, ever. And she's like, well, I just think you just can't. Those chain link fences. I just hate those chain link fences.
Do you call her Mother?
Oh, yeah. It's like fucking Norman Bates.
Yeah,
it's totally psycho.
That's why it's tough to call your mom Mother.
Yeah, it's
weird. We all three do. My brothers and I, we always like Mother.
Mother.
Yeah.
When they get to that age, it's all about gas prices, food, and weather. That is it.
Yeah.
That is what they're living. Although your mom likes college football.
She loves the football and she loves the politics. She was all interested in the Sessions thing because he's a senator from Alabama.
Yeah,
She's like, I don't know why they're so harsh on him. Just leave him alone. He seems like a good fella.
Seems like he'll do a good job.
She goes, that was 20 years ago when he said that stuff. Who cares if he's racist? It's 20 years ago.
Those old timers don't care.
Yeah, that's right.
They don't give a shit about that.
That's her whole angle, right?
They all got a little taste in them.
No, because she said
because they came from a different time.
I can't even. My daddy would say stuff worse than that. That's nothing. That's how she justifies it. It's just, nothing. If my granddaddy said, just horrible stuff all the time, she was like, good Lord, you would have never.
He said what?
That's nothing. You didn't,
Wow. Did she vote for Trump?
I think she did. I didn't ask her.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she went out and voted. I know my sister-in-law did because my sister-in-law is alienating everyone.
With her rants about it?
Well, she's gloating about the big victory a little too much. And people are going, okay, you won, but who cares?
That's happened in a lot of families.
Yeah. But she's like, and I'm like, okay, I've never seen you this excited about anything.
I think because the Hillary supporters are crying so much that people want to rub it in. If they would have just been like, all right, whatever, lost, no big deal. But
the crying is what fascinated me. Again, I haven't had that much passion about anything ever in my entire life. So to have someone just really ripped up about it, I don't understand that. It's,
Yeah.
Fucking tomorrow's another day, Chicken Little. Let's go.
I got a story about masturbation at work.
At work?
At work.
Okay.
Masturbating at work is a doctor-approved stress reliever.
So you're
Was he just go in the bathroom?
Thank you.
To relieve some stress, but then they're worried about sexual harassment, and I'd be worried that your employees would fall asleep, right? Gets rid of some stress, but it also
now
makes
sometimes
you
if you do, or it could give you a little energy if it's during the day. Maybe you need that little.
Yeah, where's that story, Louis? You got that really fast. We'll find.
But do you really want to be jerking off to a guy in the stall next to you, dropping a deuce?
Yeah.
You know,
or ladies. What about the ladies? You're all in there just. You're supposed to bring your toy to work and go down the fucking hall.
Can't they just do it with their finger?
Well, I'm sure I was upgrading them.
I don't know. I guess I wouldn't care if I heard a noise on the stall next to me.
But well, the smell.
Well, that's just bothersome no matter what you're doing.
Right, but I mean, aren't you going to lose focus?
Do you ever get mad at someone's eating habits because their smell is so bad in the urinal next to you that you want to actually give them a speech about eating better?
No. Because if you eat asparagus, your pee will smell, but that's not a bad food to eat.
Smell. I'm talking about where it's obvious this fucking guy had no problem eating a chili dog for breakfast.
And you could smell it in a piss?
No, I'm talking about like in the stall where they're dumping.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about the smells of a dump. You're like, oh, what the fuck were you eating last night?
I think women, again, many an airport bathroom has been ruined. But, guys are traveling, guys got to go. And I've went in there just to take a piss, and I've heard like 9 guys in a row, boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
It's like an orchestra.
And I don't know if that goes on in the ladies' room. I think men are much more likely just to go in and poop anywhere.
You
think so? You think
they just don't do it in front of
the ladies' room at the airport could be just as bad as the men's room.
There's many a lady that has destroyed a toilet.
I just know from all these years on the road, I've walked in and turned around and had to walk right back out.
I believe the ladies can destroy a toilet,
bathroom as much as anybody else.
Teach it a lesson. Yes, yes.
I don't know if it's mostly what you eat too. Don Jameson's a vegetarian. He eats pretty healthy, and his
those are bad gassers.
His gassers and his shits are just horrific. I mean, we'll clear out a room. You won't go in the bathroom for like 20 minutes.
Wow, what is
That's how bad it is. I don't know. Whatever,
Is he a vegan or vegetarian?
Vegetarian.
Does he
do the fish? Yeah.
No, he doesn't do fish.
All right.
No.
A lot of cheese, like pizza. I know he has a lot of that.
All right.
Yeah. Some of those vegetarian cheeses. Vegan cheese.
I did a week on the road with a dude, and you're right. It was the worst farts. He was just murdering us in the condo all week long. I'm like, God damn, dude, really? I'm going to fucking make you move to another hotel or something.
Yeah. Why don't we start wrapping up? I know that music's about to fucking start there, and we got a lot to plug, right, Erock?
You're doing something.
Oh,
there you go.
For real?
Yep.
Wow, that's weird timing.
You're getting better.
That's timed out.
Look, Erock's wants to go masturbate at work. He's like, he just pushed it up 5 minutes.
Why people think you should be masturbating at work if you want to check it out for yourself. We've run out of time. Vic Henley and Florentine, a pleasure to see you guys. It's been way too long. Florentine, what do you got?
My special, A Simple Man's out on Amazon. It's up on iTunes. And January 26th, 28th to the 28th, Funny Bone in St. Louis. And I'll be in Long Island and Erie, Pennsylvania in February.
Things are good for you, my friend.
Everything's good.
Good. Brad Williams, he was in earlier. He's playing.
And tomorrow night, I'm at the Stone Pony in New Jersey. There's a whole benefit show. All these bands. Springsteen's going to show up.
For
if
real?
He's not at the Stone Pony, but at the Paramount in Asbury. I'm going to introduce my band, friend's band, The Smoking Jack. It's all charity.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Vic Henley.
LOL in San Antonio, first week of February, and the first weekend in March with Ron White down in South Carolina and North Carolina.
Brad Williams is at Levity Live tonight for his birthday. Make sure you wish him a happy birthday. And Sherrod, who's been killing it for me for the last couple of weeks. He's at the Bay Street Theater in Sag Harbor out there on Long Island. Go see him if you're in the area. Erock, fast.
New episodes of Roland's Food Court, Weird Medicine, and It's Eric Nagel up on SiriusXM On Demand.
This was fun. I guess we have Monday off, so we'll see you Tuesday. Thanks for listening.
Opie Radio is now over for now. Over?